All righty, welcome one and all. I cannot believe it is Friday already. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 49 years on the radio. Welcome, everyone. Of course, today being Friday, that means it is open phones every Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, you can call in about any and everything on your mind. You don't have to talk about anything that I bring up. You don't have to even reference it if you don't want. So the show prep is up to you guys on Friday. And hopefully you guys are prepared well. I do have something I'm going to open with here today, which is really a warning to MAGA people. We got to be very careful. Any of you into magicians? Magicians used to be a big thing. They really aren't anymore, right? Anybody remember Doug Henning? Doug Henning was the best. David Copperfield knocked him off TV, and then, he had some problems. But magicians, I used to really be into magicians when I was a kid, and they always have the beautiful assistant who's not wearing very much. And the purpose of the beautiful assistant is so people in the audience, this is true. I performed in a magic show, a real professional magic show with professional magicians once, doing all kinds of magic when I was a kid. I was really into it. I did. I'm not kidding. I did. It was on stage and it was tough. Well, anyway, the reason they have the beautiful assistant is so you're looking at her, who's almost completely naked, as opposed to the magician, so you can see what he is doing. And everyone is focused on Mom Donnie, Gavin Newsome, and a couple of other lowlifes and losers. But what the magician is doing is pushing Fetterman our way. And, when Fetterman first got elected to the Senate, Steve predicted that he's going to be their nominee for president. And I'll tell you, that's not far off, and it is incredibly possible. He talks I want to play a clip of him yesterday with Katie Couric on her podcast. And, just let me play it now so I can get it out of the way, and then I'll talk about it. And if you'd like to call in, remember, it's Open MAGA Mike Friday, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're at. If you're on hold, stand by. So let me just play this first. This is Katie Couric with John Fetterman on her podcast, and she's trying to get Fetterman to say something negative about Charlie Kirk. And listen to how he responds to her very long-winded question.
Do you think that flag should have been flown at half-staff? Do you think his body should have been flown on Air Force Two? Do you think he should have posthumously be given the Presidential Medal of Freedom? I think some people felt that was perhaps over the top in terms of mourning someone like Charlie Kirk. How did you feel about that?
I'd say that was his choice and his prerogative. And that was really entirely up to him.
Did you have any issues now in hindsight over some of the things that Charlie Kirk said and some of the rhetoric he used during his life?
I didn't agree with much of it. I didn't closely follow his specific kinds of views, but I did.
I'm sure you learned about them after his death, though.
No, I haven't done a deep dive on it. We've all seen that terrible video. Perhaps if you've seen the actual video, I have. And it's like appalling. And that's part of the political violence. And from what I'm saying, it's like that's unacceptable. And engaging in a debate and views I strongly disagree on, that's part of the American democracy. And for me, it's that would never justify what's happened, and I just chose not to take the opportunity to argue his views after children lost his father in the most violent public way. So I would say the equivalent on the left might be, say, Mr. Piker. I strongly disagree with his views, but I'm appalled if something like that happened to him. Oh my God. I mean, that's, like we have to disagree in better ways where, you're going to solve it by shooting people. And that's why the kinds of rhetoric, we have to turn the temperature down. Extreme rhetoric makes it easier for extreme reactions or to justify them.
I think some people might say Charlie Kirk's rhetoric was extreme. I think that's the conversation that...
Which she means by some people, Katie Couric, who talks like a robot now, she's talking about herself, and she just can't say it. So, well, some people would say, she would say...
happened. People condemned political violence, but they also felt a great deal of discomfort with his language, suggesting that these kinds of words lead to violence. I don't know. I'm just kind of sharing my observations as I saw the conversations unfold.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we agree that we probably didn't agree with much of what he said. And I think I'm sure we both agree that you shouldn't shoot people, and you shouldn't execute them in public. And I think that's two things must be true. That free speech, I'm an absolute free speech guy, and you have the right to say these things, and you definitely also have the right not to get shot by sharing your views.
Okay, so let me tell you why I played. And I know that he did take a fall yesterday. He's a big guy. He was hospitalized, so goes the report. He's okay. After this interview, he took a fall at some point. Fetterman does interview after interview and comes off pretty reasonable. And people forget, when he ran for the Senate, he was a radical lunatic, Democrat, socialist type who was saying all kinds of lunatic left-wing things. Now he's passing himself off as a reasonable Democrat. He's the senator from Pennsylvania. Is he up in these midterms? I think he may be. He's planning on running for president. Pennsylvania went for Trump. Right? It's a not a solid red state. We won it last time, but it's a toss-up state still. So he is out there while everyone's looking at Mamdani and Newscomb and these other idiots. He's kind of like in the background talking very reasonably, and a lot of MAGA people are saying good things about Fetterman. You're seeing a future Democrat presidential candidate that's going to be running against J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio, and I gotta tell you something. I know he's a weirdo. He doesn't dress like a U.S. senator. He probably never or rarely will. But John Fetterman could very well be president one day, elected by the Democrats. I'm telling you. I am serious as a heart attack. So, people, AOC this, Ilhan Omar that. And we've got this guy who's setting up to run for president. And the more that MAGA like him, the more likely he is to do well in Pennsylvania, which is a state we got to win, and maybe some other battleground states. Another thing, he was equating Hassan Piker to Charlie Kirk. Now, a lot of you don't know who Hassan... You know who Hassan Piker is? Yeah. He's a monster. He was at Mamdani's victory party. He's an anti-American, Muslim American who he said that we've deserved 9/11. He's the nephew of that young Turk guy, Cenk Uygur. He's involved in a scandal pretty bad that I'm not going to mention right now. It's been reported by some people. It's pretty bad, but he recently got a lot of fame because he had an electric shock collar on his dog, and he shocked his dog so good. And I saw this video. It looks like he shocked the dog to me with this shock collar live online when he was doing his show. It's crazy. And to compare those two, I mean, he is... So stop praising Fetterman. We're going to end up with this guy maybe being president one day. He is not a reasonable Democrat. He is as much of a democratic socialist as Mamdani. The fact that he's saying something nice about Hassan Piker, he is a nut, Piker. A nut. Look him up. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He's setting himself up very well, and people have forgotten when he ran how crazy he was. He's sounding reasonable now. He's trying to reinvent himself because he's facing re-election, and he also was thinking about running for president, and he knows that Pennsylvania has rejected the radical Democrat Party and went for Trump. Don't trust this guy. He is still a radical Democratic socialist, just like Elizabeth Warren. He's just covering his tracks better. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our first break. You know, yesterday I had Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot on the show. Our cruise ship is filling up, and this is early for our cruise ship to fill up. I mean, we're not even in Thanksgiving yet. It's filling up. So call and make your reservations. We leave on our 10th annual MAGA cruise in March. We've got some great destinations on a great ship. Our shore excursions, when we announce them, you're going to be blown away by it. And those of you that have already made reservations, if you call Ian, maybe he'll tell you a little bit about them. But we're doing one in Puerto Plata that is going to be just out of this world. In San Juan, Puerto Rico is my favorite place in all of the Caribbean. If we went there on every cruise, I'd be happy. We are... Those of you who were with us in San Juan, remember that bar we found that had the best pina coladas that have ever been made? That's going to be I'm probably not supposed to share this, but that is going to be one of the destinations on our shore excursion in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We have a San Juan, Puerto Rico excursion that is out of this world, and I'm assuming the Virgin Islands is when we're going to do we do a catamaran trip on everyone. It'll probably be in the Virgin Islands. But listen, call in, make your reservation, join. You will not want to miss this. We're planning on board things we've never done before in a way we've never done it, and that's going to be out of this world. And I had mentioned yesterday there are inside cabins available. The ship is filling up. There is a handful of inside cabins available. I don't know the exact number. Ian will tell you. And those are the inside cabins. Holy smokes. I mean, they are really, really, this isn't the kind of word I would normally use with celebrity cruise lines. They're cheap. The inside cabins right now I was going over them with Ian yesterday. They are very, very well priced. And remember, even when you have an inside cabin, you have access to everything we do, okay? So it's not like you're in some, and the inside cabins are like the regular cabins, just without a view, right? There's no window, there's no balcony, there's no infinite veranda, but the rest of the cabin is pretty much the same as a regular cabin. So call Ian about those inside cabins. They're great, great deals on those. Give Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot a call, 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Remember, when you call, if you get his voicemail, leave your name and number. He will call you back. 561-244-5779. We'll be right back. All right. We're going to go to the phones when we get back. Oh man, this, you guys see what I'm saying, right? About Fetterman. We could wake up one day and find out he's got the Democrat nomination, the way he's presenting himself. As crazy as it sounds. And the only reason I focus in on him is because, he's the senator from Pennsylvania, and that is an important state to win. And he's already won one statewide race in Pennsylvania. So he could win it again. Exactly. Out of all the Democrats on the scene right now, like Newsome, Whitmer, whoever they got, he's the one you don't want to, out of them, he's the least of all of them that I would pick that I'd want to run against. I'm not saying he could win, but he might. And if he has a good chance in a presidential race, even at the bottom of the ticket, to take Pennsylvania for the Democrats, right? So you got to be very, very careful of that. We'll be back shortly. If you're on hold, stand by. I'm going to go to the phones when we get back.
Don't you hate it when you buy something online and then you get slapped with a huge shipping charge at checkout? Not at mypillow.com. Right now, enjoy free shipping on all orders $100 or more when you use the promo code KANE. K-A-N-E.
If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe.
Site-wide, soft sheets, cozy slippers, plush bathrooms, mattresses, mattress toppers, headbeds. It's free shipping on all orders $100 or more. Order now at
One more commercial after this, and we'll be back.
code KANE, K-A-N-E, for free shipping.
Hi to all these listeners, it's Jupiter Joe here. Let's face it, times are tough. You've worked hard for your money, and now more than ever, you need to protect your money and make it last. Now is the time to review your 401k, IRA, or money you want to protect and make safer. Go to jupiterjoe.com. Let's talk about retirement, or call 561-743-0999. Again, jupiterjoe.com.
This is Steve Kane. The time for open enrollment is here. And as if Medicare wasn't confusing enough last year,
Now I've lost track of the commercials.
this year, some major carriers are pulling out of Medicare altogether. Do what we do in the Kane household. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors.
Stand by if you're on hold, guys.
For free. Debbie's schedule is filling up fast, but if you mention my name, Steve Kane, she'll put you right to the front of the line. Call Debbie right now at 954-753-8080. That's 954 area code 753-8080. Be sure to mention that Steve Kane sent you.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs.
That's the last commercial.
Any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor can order. They even have drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health care and visit any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at
All right, we're back. It is Friday, Open MAGA Mike Friday, open phones. To the phones we go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Stan from New Jersey.
All right, Stan in New Jersey. What's on your mind?
Oh, Brian, several weeks ago you presented your audience with a challenge. You said, name another president that donated their salary to charity. Well, that other president is Kennedy. 14 years of government service, he donated his salary to charity.
Yeah, you know, President, very good that you are correct about that. You know, President Kennedy I was reading about President Kennedy the other day. Adjusted for inflation, he was a billionaire. I didn't realize he was that rich, but he was a billionaire adjusted for inflation.
Brian, can I say one more thing?
Yes.
The other day, you said Roosevelt started the interstate highway system.
No, I said Truman.
No, sir. Well, okay, even Truman. Actually, Brian, I believe it was Eisenhower.
Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, you're right. It was Eisenhower. I misspoke. I meant to say Truman.
One more.
These are sometimes when you talk as many hours a day, like just now when I said Truman, I was thinking Eisenhower and said, when you talk as many hours a day as I do, once or twice here and there, I'll misspeak. But that's okay. Continue on. Come on, continue on, and correct my work.
Yeah, real quick, I want to say one more thing, Brian. I think that the United Nations has run its course. They absolutely have no horsepower. To think that we've had all of these wars and Trump single-handedly solved them, and the UN was quiet. And exactly like Trump said, what good are they? What do they do?
Oh, the UN serves a very good purpose, and I'm not joking about this. The main purpose that the UN serves are these third-rate loser countries, which is pretty much every country there, right? It makes them think they're relevant and playing a role, and it keeps them busy away from us. And we can also keep an eye on them too, because they're in New York. It keeps these countries distracted. They're not players. They think they are. They feel they're important, and they go there and do a bunch of stuff that means nothing. So I think they play a role so far as that goes.
Love your show. Keep up the good.
All right. Take care. Take care. All right. He's one of my fact checkers. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
I do agree with you about Fetterman. He is running for president, but here's the deal with Fetterman. He does not. I've seen comments from Blue Sky and Twitter, and some of these people are evil people.
You're on Blue Sky? You're on Blue Sky?
Yeah, well, I've seen it from lips of TikTok and stuff like that.
Really? I've never been on Blue Sky. When they first announced it, I did sign up for it, but I never went to it. I've never seen it. I don't know. You're the first person I've heard say that's not a liberal. Liberals are always talking about Blue Sky. That's on Blue Sky.
Yeah, I want to see what they're saying. And basically, with this guy, with Fetterman, there are people that are wishing him to have another.
All right. I think we don't need to have the next beat on that stupid thing that he's about to say. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once, twice. All right. You're out of time. Okay. I also want to mention another thing, too. And again, it is Open MAGA Mike Friday. You guys don't have to comment on anything I mention. But there are some important things that I do want to mention. I will tell you this, Mike. There is someone, it's not me, there's someone who uses this studio who's losing their hair. Because, the last few times I've come in here, there's been hair on the studio. This is like from someone's head. So someone who's using this studio is losing their hair. Who used this studio last, do you know? Whoever it is, they're losing their hair. They got a little dandruff too there. But there's hair that's coming out of, and man, oh man. That's a problem I am very grateful that I don't have. I don't know who was here last, but it had to be somebody last night because because I came in here and set up and, oh boy. I don't know, we need to get an advertiser for that. There used to be, hair transplantation used to be a big thing, and then somehow guys decided they were going to go for this Mr. Clean look. I would probably go the route of the hair transplants if I was losing my hair, which I am not. Well, I'm not going to bring anything else up because it's time for a break. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number is 888-465-2631. We had George Colony, our real estate guy, on the line yesterday. And, a couple things about it. He shared a couple of stories yesterday from listeners that have listed their homes with him, and he's been getting calls from all over the United States from people that listen to this program. Yeah, continue to do that, guys. And he told a very interesting story. One of our listeners is in retirement or approaching retirement. I don't know if he is retired or he's going to retire. I don't remember what George Colony said about that, but he's looking to downsize his home so that his retirement can be more affordable. So of course, George Colony is going to help him do that. He's going to help him sell and then find a new home that bring down his cost a little bit. But another thing George Colony did talk about yesterday is that he's been getting calls from people all over the United States that are thinking of moving to Florida, now is the time, guys. The New Yorkers are coming. And George Colony said yesterday, we're going to get to a point where there's a shortage on inventory so far as homes. And you know what? Condos, which have kind of been on the downswing lately because of all the things with condos going on in Florida, condos are selling too. A lot of people felt like, oh, I'm stuck in my condo. Condos are moving too. So call George Colony if you're thinking of moving to Florida, or thinking of just selling your home down here, or looking to buy locally. Also, a lot of South Florida people are buying new homes now, and they're doing it quick because they were thinking about, well, maybe next year or the year after, or maybe even a couple years down the road. But with all the New Yorkers coming down, they figure they better start looking and buy now. So now's a good time. Call George Colony. Find out what your home is really worth. His number rings directly to his cell phone. You can call or text George Colony at 954-801-7320. 954-801-7320. That's 954-801-7320. Call or text. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. You're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with.
What's that? No. I just saw their hair. Last week when I was here, someone's losing their hair. It's all over here when I come in. I brushed it on the floor. I don't know who it was, but yeah, if you want to call in, the number is pinned in the live chat. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631.
My hands hit every 15 minutes, every day from 9 a.m. to midnight. And don't miss the $100,000 Progressive Weekends. Take your shot in thrilling daily tournaments and enjoy Vegas-style table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum. Plus, have the best at PBKC with thrilling OTB action from top tracks. It's all fun, all action at PBKC. Get all the details at pbkennelclub.com.
I don't know, somebody wanted an answer. If you've got questions, call me on the air. I don't answer the questions, although I'm answering if they could get an answer, but I don't really, when I'm on doing the show, I don't really speak to the chat so much because people that are listening or just watching, it's not so interesting for them to hear somebody talk to a chat room. So if you have questions, that's what the calls are for. You call me. That's how you get your questions answered.
Brian Craig here. You hear me talk with attorney Barry Siegel every day about how we help you and your family. Now here's one of our listeners, Frances, sharing her experience of how attorney Barry Siegel made a difference in her life and took a weight off her shoulders.
I was really looking for something to
We'll be back shortly.
secure my holdings, which is actually not a whole bunch of bank account savings and a house and a car for my 2 daughters. I was worried that if I had just a regular will, things would get tied up and probate, and that would take 2 years. So I heard on the radio about Barry Siegel.
And this is an official Trump
And immediately they were
hoodie. I've got 2 of these, the same color with the same writing. I don't know how I ended up with 2, but I got 2 of these. They're new. I've only just this one is only maybe the second time or the first time I've worn it.
So if something does happen to me,
They're from the Trump store.
over to them, and it'll make it so much easier for them. And it took a great load off of my mind as to how I would take care of my 2 daughters. I was very pleased with the attorney Barry Siegel. Finding him helped me assure that my two daughters will be well taken care of in the event that I won't be here.
Give attorney Barry Siegel a call right now. Toll free 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com.
This is Steve King.
We'll be back shortly.
My favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side.
PD file? What is that? P. Diddy files?
We have Gina. She's a client of Jupiter Joe Thomas. Gina, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing great, thanks. So you went and met with Joe Thomas about annuities. Can you tell me about your experience?
I can't say enough good things about my experience with Joe Thomas. He's a straight shooter. He tells it like it is. He talks in plain language so that you know, because I didn't know anything about this stuff when I retired. So I walked into his office and immediately I felt comfortable. And I said, look, I know nothing about this. I don't want to lose my shirt. So please guide me in the right direction so that I'll be set. And he sure did. And I'm very happy that I went there. And I even got my mother to join too. Now I feel comfortable that I'm set and I don't have to worry about running out of money.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than running out of money before you run out of life, right?
Exactly.
Give Jupiter Joe Thomas a call and schedule your no-charge consultation. His number is 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999 and online, jupiterjoe.com. All right, Gina, thanks so much.
Thank you, Brian.
Now, back to the Steve King Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 49 years.
All righty, we're back. It's Open MAGA Mike Friday. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richard from Pocono.
Hey, Richard.
I just want to know your opinion. The more I see and hear Governor Newsom, he is such a phony. He's like an actor trying to be a governor, and his record. And I don't know if people see through him. I call him Mr. Grill Clean. Remember that commercial?
Mm-hmm.
Greasy stuff that comes out of a tube. And do you feel when you see him, he is just a zero?
Newscom, to me, I've said this for years, he looks insane to me. He's not a sane person. Right? I mean, you know, there was that, I played this audio, this was a year or two ago. Did you ever hear, I don't have it queued up, so I'll just have to tell you about it. But have you ever heard me talk about what happened to him at Target? No. Oh my goodness. He bragged about this in a Zoom meeting with some Democrats in California, and it leaked out. I'm sure you guys can find it online. He went to a Target, and he was checking out. And the girl that was checking him out, the cashier, she was looking down and didn't look up, and she didn't know who her customer was. She didn't look at him. And he was talking to her while she was ringing up whatever it was he was buying. I'd like to know what it was he was buying, you know. But Newscom, he started asking her about prices and taxes and state government. And then she started ripping him. She's like, oh, our Governor Newsom. I almost said Newscom. She said Newsom. Governor Newsom this, Governor Newsom that. He had a freak out. He went and got her manager and tried to get her fired. He said, what is she doing talking about the governor like this? He tried to get her fired. He's a crazy person. And then he brags about it like he was doing a favor to society or something. He is a entitled, spoiled rich kid who's never worked or earned anything, like Mamdani. And, remember, he was also mayor of San Francisco. So, he's a left-wing lunatic, but I believe a doctor could diagnose him with some type of mental disorder, because you look in his eyes, he doesn't look sane.
Exactly. One last thing. Are the peacocks still in your parking lot?
Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Why? Want to come look at them?
I don't know. I'm an animal lover, and I just think that's cool.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and they're very people friendly because people in the building feed them. They're not afraid of people. Yeah, it's like a zoo. All right, take care. Take care. Yeah, it's like a zoo here. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I think it might have been in the early pre-show. And then I saw that this topic, everyone's freaking out over it. So I want to bring this up again because I don't know why they're giving President Trump a hard time. It was with some people are freaking out, and I'm talking about people that are MAGA. President Trump did an interview a couple of days ago with Laura Ingraham, and she was giving him a hard time about all these foreign visas for the students. And when she did, she was asking specifically about the H-1B student visas for Chinese students. But there's a lot of foreign students in our colleges, and President Trump not only defended that, he said two things. He said, one, he said the universities would be out of business without the foreign students. So he said it's a business opinion that he has. But then he said also, we have a lack of talent in this country. And people, how can you say that we have a lack of talent in America? If he's talking, he is spot on, right on the money. All right. You know, he's talking about college age people that have just graduated college, are going to be going to college, or have been out of college for a short time. And a caller called me about this early in the show yesterday, but I think this was in the pre-show that was just online. And I told her this. You're talking about people under 30, right? You hear the under 30s, in particular the men, but it's the girls too. You hear these under 30s who call me on the air. How do they sound to you? Do they sound like hard-working guys? You know, I see guys today, when I'm out and about, that are with their wives. Some of them are children that are under 30. And the wife is the man in the relationship. In almost every instance, it's very strange what's happened, and they're so brainwashed. I was watching a clip online this morning. I'm going to pull this up. This is Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. He was on Fox yesterday. Now, let me pull this up and play this. And he's talking to, what's his name? Jones. What's his first name? They always make a big deal every time Lawrence Jones. Okay, he's talking to Lawrence Jones, and this is Supreme Court Justice Gorsuch, and he's got some project called the Heroes of 1776 that he's promoting. And listen to what he says.
It seems like a lot of my generation and the younger generation, those stories just aren't taught in schools. Do you think that has hurt us as a society, that we eliminated those stories out of the history books?
You know, this is one thing my colleagues and I really agree on, is the importance of bringing civic education to our children. Over half of Americans can't pass the citizenship exam we expect people who come to this country to pass. Most Americans cannot name the 3 branches of government. And if you ask me what the greatest danger America faces today, it's itself. And we have to learn how to talk to one another. We need to know our shared history. And I think if we do that, we'll come to realize that all the things that separate us pale in comparison to the things that unite us, those 3 great ideas in the Declaration. And so, yeah, I wanted to be part of America's celebration and bringing us together again.
Okay, so I guess this has something to do with the 250th anniversary, but one of the things they don't know our shared history. They don't even acknowledge that we have a shared history. How many man on the street interviews have you seen people do with minorities, and they say that white people have no culture? White people have no culture. Yeah, it's called Western civilization. Okay, that's European culture. That's white people's culture. But they don't even think we have a culture. They don't understand our country. They don't know our history. They don't know how the country works. You heard that young guy that called me yesterday that is a communist and doesn't know it? we have not a brain drain in this country. We have brain rot in this country. And the under 30 crowd, which are the college age people, they just don't have their minds together to a point where they can go and work on these at these AI companies and crypto companies that President Trump's bringing to the country. We need people from other countries. We have a lack of mental talent in this country because they've poisoned the brains of young people so much the last couple of decades. We just don't have the people, the quality of people we used to have, and it's getting worse all the time. So yeah, we do need these foreign students, and I don't, I'm sorry, the truth hurts sometimes, and the president, as always, is right. If you're suffering from neuropathy, or maybe someone in your family is, listen up. You don't have to suffer anymore. Lighthouse Medical in Pompano, they have a treatment for neuropathy that works and it lasts. Steve had his treatment over 3 years ago, like 3.5 years ago now. And not only did they rid him of all of his neuropathy symptoms, they have not returned 3.5 years later. It's absolutely amazing. You also may have neuropathy and not even know it. And I'm going to go through the symptoms that they rid Steve of. If you have these symptoms, any of them, you may have neuropathy. You can call Lighthouse Medical, take advantage of their no-charge consultation, and find out if you have neuropathy. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in the hands and feet, muscle weakness, dizziness. Are you falling down from time to time or all the time? The feeling of pins and needles in your hands and feet. Maybe no feeling at all. Yeah, it's a tough way. And Lighthouse Medical not only can help you with your neuropathy, they can help you no matter where you're located in the United States. Okay, give them a call, 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. Make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. That way you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
This is George Colony. I'm in the real estate business in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Kai's Real Estate. I've been in business for 6 decades. People often ask me, what's the right time to buy or sell real estate? To tell you the truth, it's always the right time. You just need to have the right advice from the right advisor. You can call me anytime because I answer my phone on the first ring. My number is 954-801-7320. That's my personal cell phone number. And I answer it on the first ring every time. Please give me a call. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. My cell phone number is 954-801-7320.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing?
Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys.
For comfort, because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
For a limited time, save up to 30% off new air conditioners and repairs with All Year Cooling.
This is Mark Laporta, son of Tom Laporta and proud second-generation owner of Laporta Roofing. As a military veteran who served in the Army after 9/11, I've brought the same dedication and discipline to our family business. At Laporta Roofing, we've been serving our community for nearly 4 decades, and we're committed to continuing that legacy of excellence. Our team specializes in all types of roofing systems, from shingles to tile, slate, metal, and flat roofs. We're the go-to experts for single-family homes, HOA communities, and condo associations. What sets us apart is our unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. I've personally implemented systems to ensure you receive the best in customer service and workmanship. Don't miss out on our limited time offer for a free roof inspection. Call us now at 954-604-4602 or visit us at laportaroofing.com. Trust the experts who have been protecting homes like yours for generations. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
This is Dr. Philip Appleton. I'm a chiropractic physician. I've seen thousands and thousands of patients in my career. I've been a chiropractic physician here in Pompano Beach for 40 years. We're open 6 days a week. If you have sciatica, you have bursitis, you have tendonitis, you're tired of taking the pills, the drugs, the injections, and you heard that you have to live with it, well, there's a lot of times you don't have to live with it. I've had great success in helping people. My testimonials Doctors are marvelous with patients. They love the treatment. There's no injections. There's no medication. There's no surgery. There's none of that. It's strictly either the laser, the acupuncture I do, or shockwave therapy I do. Open 6 days a week. Come in for the free consultation and be willing to look at you and help you.
Take advantage of that no-charge consultation with Dr. Appleton. Remember, appointments are not necessary and walk-ins are welcome even on Saturdays. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on.
All righty, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. So they had this epic fail with the Epstein stuff this week, which was, I would say the Never Trumpers and the Democrats pretty much finally put this Epstein stuff to rest and to bed. I mean, they couldn't even get a narrative going about it. I was really amazed at how it backfired on them, because that's their go-to, right? That's their go-to. And we got a confirmation from Jen Psaki herself that it's all, but listen to this. This is Jen Psaki. This is yesterday on her lowly rated show. And I'll just play it. She did something. Listen.
In supporting what Donald Trump is doing.
You're talking about the other predators out there, in addition to Trump. I'm not saying he is. We don't know all the details about that. I just mean in addition to what
she called. I'll rewind it. She called Trump a predator. And then she said, "Oh, no, Trump's not a predator, right? Isn't that something? That's a first."
In supporting what Donald Trump is doing.
You're talking about the other predators out there, in addition to Trump. I'm not saying he is. We don't know all the details about that. I just mean in addition to what we've learned about Epstein and others, there's other predators out there.
There are, and we have to remember that Alex Acosta.
Okay, do you hear? I've never heard one of the more well-known liberal people on television. That's Jen Psaki. Do that correction. So that is Jen Psaki in her own, she corrected herself because she got nervous there. But that's Jen Psaki in her own way saying that Trump has nothing to do with Epstein and they shouldn't have brought it up this week. I mean, that's, it's really amazing what President Trump has gone through. They have gone after him with the worst things you could possibly say and do. They've tried everything, and they've not been able to stop him. It's really amazing. It really, truly is. It is phenomenal, isn't it? Absolutely. All right. Our number is 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Barbara calling you from Baltimore, and I thought I would just call. I'm not sure what you might be talking about, but it's open on Friday. And I just wanted to share my disgust with Marjorie Taylor Greene right now. I really liked her. I really, really liked her when she and Matt Gaetz were doing their thing and being very boisterous and supporting President Trump. But I swear to you, if I hear Jeffrey Epstein's name connected to President Trump one more time out of her mouth, I feel like just going to D.C. and make an appointment with her and beg her to just shut the hell up about it.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that, Democrats are so good at bringing BS to the table. They're so good at it.
Yep.
And when Republicans like her, just all of a sudden here she is. She got to see Epstein's files have been available. Biden could have done it, and the only people voting now to not expose everything and put it out there are Democrats.
So what with Marjorie, I agree with you with Marjorie Taylor. Yesterday I was doing some organizing with my books at home, and on my coffee table we have the autographed picture book from President Trump, and but also on our, it's a great one. I got the autographed one. It's a coffee table, but also yesterday we were organizing and cleaning up the coffee table and stuff. We have as another coffee table book right there next to it an autographed copy of Marjorie Taylor Greene's book, which by the way I bought. I could have gotten it for free for I bought it, and I said, do I really want this book here anymore? I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to throw it away in the trash like I did the Ron DeSantis book, okay? But what has happened to Marjorie Taylor Greene? I don't really have an answer.
Tucker Carlson. Well, I'm not going to go there with Tucker Carlson because I'm not sure what Kool-Aid he's drinking these days. But anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and because she's very active on X and Truth Social. Truth Social is where I have been really kind of just diving into what she's doing and being a reasonable person who supported her. I mean, I thought at one time, I liked it so much that my thoughts of, because I'm moving out of Maryland. I got to get out of here.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, there's no, don't be surprised who wins the governor next.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only thing I don't know what to make of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Maybe her district is, she's up for re-election, of course, like every other member of the House. Maybe her district has gone anti-Trump. I don't know. I have no explanation. I don't like what she's doing at all. Pisses me off.
I can have a good weekend now knowing that you and I do.
No, like yesterday, but before you get to the other thing, yesterday, Marjorie Taylor Greene, this is one of her regular things. She did another rant on a show yesterday about grocery prices aren't going down. And she's accusing President Trump of gaslighting people about prices going down. And that's one of her big, she actually said he's gaslighting people on that.
Well, it might be menopause.
That's all I can think of.
She might be between boyfriends or something. I don't know. But I tell you what, and I'll just be very quick about this. I said to you maybe a few weeks ago the buying insurance across state lines.
Yep.
President Trump reads his Truth Social posts. Trust me, he reads what's happening. And all of a sudden, when I said this to you, you said, "Oh, that's too generic. We're not going to talk about it now," which is fine. However, that is at the top of the list of getting rid of government health care. Let people buy insurance across state lines. Give them the subsidies. I've been an insurance agent. I've been licensed for 30 years, and I could never understand why other than corruption.
Yeah, President Trump tried to do, a lot of people don't know this. You can only buy health insurance from health insurance companies within your state, right? So there's no competition. They have 50 monopolies. No, there's 50 monopolies. And in his first term, he tried to do just that, and he couldn't. The insurance companies own Congress so much he couldn't get it through.
They get that because of the donations from
That's right.
And insurance companies. And what he is doing is how it is going to end. People get ready to buy insurance the same way you buy car insurance and life insurance. There's no difference. It's just that health insurance has a big tag. Hospitals, the transparency is going to be tremendous. They're going to have to put their prices up for whatever it is and compete. And that's what's going on.
Well, I want to tell you one last thing about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Laura Loomer, for many years before Marjorie Taylor Greene turned, had been telling me personally, and she's gone public with it since, that you can't trust Marjorie Taylor Greene. In fact, when President Trump announced he was running for re-election at Mar-a-Lago this last time, that night He offered Laura Loomer a job at Mar-a-Lago working for him, and Marjorie Taylor Greene killed it. She went to the president and got him to withdraw the... Yeah. But she's been on to her long before we knew. So there's another possibility that she never was MAGA. Right?
Well, MAGA is MAGA. You don't turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
I'm with you, except for Ron DeSantis. I've forgiven him.
Well, he was fake MAGA. He was fake MAGA. Ron DeSantis, fake MAGA.
He didn't know. He didn't know. If President Trump can forgive him, I can too.
I don't think he's forgiven him. When they were at you go back and watch the video of DeSantis at Alligator Alcatraz with the president. It was very uncomfortable for everybody. You could tell. It was like when Elon Musk went into the booth with President Trump at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. They talked and were nice, but it was off.
No, I think that was genuine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the reason is because
listen, I gotta run. I'm at the end of the hour, Barbara. But take care. All right. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. Friendly Tire in Margate. By the way, they're open on Saturdays. You can get new tires out the door and on the road at Friendly Tire for as low as $75 a tire. And remember, out the door and on the road, Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tire. New tires as low as $75 a tire, and that's on common sizes on some of the most common vehicles on the road today. He also does tire repairs and has thousands of used tires in stock. He has run flats, Tesla tires, and all the name brands you know and love. Give Friendly Tire a call. Friendly Mike will give you a quote right over the phone, 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. That's 954-977-9445. We'll be back right after this.
WQAM 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your Oldies forecast.
Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 76 degrees. Into the evening, partly cloudy with a low of 71 degrees. On Saturday, a high of 76.
Yeah, if you want to call in, the number's pinned in the live chat, guys.
A low of 68 degrees. And on Sunday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 79 degrees. Mostly clear into the evening with a low of 67 degrees.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Atlantic Avenue, watch for construction from 441 to the Turnpike. Beeline Highway, there's road work. Blue Heron Boulevard to North Lake Boulevard. Spot something on the roads? Call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
That's your traffic brought to you by PBKC. Live in the paddock this Friday, November 14th. It's a gas with Start Me Up, an 8-piece tribute to the Rolling Stones, and a delicious 3-course meal. The shows continue with Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis Merry Christmas Baby December 12th, and Simply Tina Turner Tribute December 19th. And don't miss Football Sundays in the paddock. Just $25 gets you an all-you-can-eat buffet and a draft beer. For tickets and details, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Sloman's Home Security is offering a free home security system with free professional installation and 24/7 central station monitoring, all for just $24.95 a month for 5 years. All you have to do right now is call 833-283-5050. That's right, just $24.95 per month to secure your home and family. Call 833-283-5050 to receive this limited time offer. A free home security system and professional installation absolutely free. Your Sloman's Home Security System includes a touchscreen keypad, 3-door or window sensors.
Thank you, M. Todd. Yeah, I have 2 of the exact same hoodies, same color with the same color writing. I don't know how I ended up with 2.
You can't put a price on peace of mind.
My wife got it for me. She doesn't know how I ended up with 2 either.
Right now, at Sloman's Home Security, we believe that every family deserves to feel safe. Because protecting what matters most shouldn't be complicated or expensive. Call 833-283-5050 to get your free home security system and professional installation today. Sloman's Home Security, protecting families nationwide. Call 833-283-5050 to get your free home security system and professional installation today, or visit slomans.com.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab.
Of course, I wore it here this morning. Yeah, I want to wear it all day today. Well, it's going to warm up a little later. Of course, I go out in public dressed like this.
Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. There's lots of Any Lab Test Nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio
Why?
stations.
One of your liberal friends might attack people exercising their free speech.
You heard about them on the radio.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire.
And don't forget, those of you that are Patreon supporters, don't forget to keep an eye out for my live streams on Patreon. Got some things I want to talk about. I want to talk about on Patreon this weekend. All right, here we go. You'll get a notification, I'm sure, when I do it. All righty, hour number 2 has begun. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. It is Open MAGA Mic Friday, open phones on Friday. The day the show prep is up to you guys. You can call in about any and everything on your mind on Friday's show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Joellen.
Hi there. I was just listening to Barbara, who I love, but yeah, she was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I haven't been following Marjorie Taylor Greene. The last time I saw her was when she was with the Epstein victims, and I used that.
Yeah. Yes.
But anyways, when she was, I guess she was talking about Trump's gaslighting people about the food. Well, you know what? Again, I'm saying the same thing. It is high prices. I know that he can't bring them down. But what I've realized is that we're not living in Trump's economy right now, and we may not be doing it until till next year. So I think that instead of him talking about food prices are coming down, some things are, that he needs to explain that, or somebody needs to explain that.
Well, they do. Listen. First of all, you and I had this conversation not long ago, and you shop at Publix. I shop at Publix. I shop at Publix too. Okay, and it's expensive at Publix, and I bet you that Publix costs more than some of those fancy places like the Whole Foods that all the lefties like to go to. But I go to Publix because, well, I like the Publix subs, don't you? I mean, the Publix subs have pretty much put Subway out of business. But it's convenient. It's convenient, you know. Some things have gone down. I had a report a couple days ago. DoorDash is reporting that breakfast groceries from that you buy, breakfast, are down 14% in the last 6 months, okay? Some things are not. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't go to, if price is your issue, don't go to Publix. Go to Aldi, which I don't like Aldi because I don't like that checkout situation, you know. Go to Walmart and places like that.
Believe me, but the thing is, you shouldn't have to. I mean, Publix is out of
Publix has always been more expensive.
I think it really, since COVID, they have really, some of their food things, their meats and stuff have gone down in some ways.
I mean, I personally believe, okay, the beef prices are out of control. President Trump has the Justice Department looking into it. I believe foreign interests have some role in the meat industry. I know, don't the Chinese own some meat packing facilities, right? The big meat packing factories. I think foreign interests, like with the farmland, are manipulating beef prices to cause economic and political trouble. now the beef prices are insanely out of control at Publix. No doubt about it.
They are. But after I learned that, after I really, and I don't know if it was from you, I'm not sure, but, if we're living in Biden's economy still, then I say, fine.
No, the prices are coming. But Joellen, you can't shop at you can't shop at the most expensive grocery store in Florida and then complain about the prices.
Listen, Brian, I've been shopping at Publix for 30 plus years. So, to have to change a grocery store to something like Aldi's, I'm not a big fan of Aldi's. I go there once in a while for certain things. Walmart, no. I'll go there for certain things, but usually not food. So
yeah. All right.
I'm just saying that, I understand, and hopefully by next year, big beautiful bill and everything.
Or Target.
No, I'm not going to Target.
So price really isn't an issue for you then?
Well, some things like when I have to buy cat and dog food, which has gone up a lot, and that's mostly what I buy. And it's just outrageous, and it's really mad.
Yeah, I feed a lot of cats. I will give you that. Cat food is very expensive at Publix. Sometimes I go to Walmart and go and buy it at Walmart.
I am not. You know what? I tell everybody, and I learned from this guy that I used to work with. You can have the same, say, Friskies cat food. It may have the same packaging, the same look. It is not the same quality as Publix. It is not. I like
Publix too. You're not going to get me arguing against Publix. I mean, and somebody told me in the chat room that the Jersey subs, Mike subs, are just as good as the Publix subs. They're good, but they're different. Publix subs. There's a new Publix that just opened up in Boca, right in the same plaza as a Subway, and it's just a matter of time before that Subway's gone. I mean, they're very popular. It's the way it is.
Now that you say that, yeah, one of the Subways over here in Commercial,
yeah, because of Publix. But don't tell me that you shop exclusively at Publix and then whine about the prices. I shop at Publix too. You don't hear me whining about the prices. Publix prices have and if you went to other places, you would see the price drop. Not at Publix. And I don't know. I went in. I don't go inside Publix too often. But I went there the other day because the holiday subs are. Have you ever had that? My wife and daughter love the holiday subs. Yeah, well, man, I tell you, I should be doing spots for Publix here. One of the George Jenkins family, they were big backers of Alex Jones. Remember that lady? But the thing about, I went in there, I don't go in there very often. It was a ghost town. I'm guessing everybody's doing Instacart. There was like nobody there. They had 2 cashiers. I mean, I go into a Publix on Saturday, and it's a ghost town on Saturday in the middle of the day. So I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if it's the price. They don't seem worried.
Not worried. And it is amazing. You look at some of the people and they have these kids and you think, how can they afford to be shopping there? But I live nearby where they have 2 Publixes right across the street from each other. So I love that. So I do go there every day.
Every day you go to Publix.
Every day.
Mm-hmm. Every day. All right. But all right, Joellen. All right, I appreciate the call. Yes.
Have to check that whole thing out.
Oh, she's trashing Trump pretty much every day. All right, let's take a call. We'll take a call for a break. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Hey, Doug.
I certainly agree. Publix is way overpriced. Nice place, but overpriced. Anyhow, I'd like to mention something about these chemtrails that everybody was talking about this week. I got a theory. They say that first of all, Florida and Tennessee stopped chemtrails, so we're not seeing anything in the sky anymore because they're putting poison and hurting us. So I got a theory. They say, it's because they're trying to stop climate change. I don't think so, because every place you go, when you go on a cruise, you look up in the sky. Not only do you don't see a plane, you don't see any chemtrails, you don't see anything. So they only seem to be doing this over populated areas. So
Well, okay. What's your chemtrail theory?
my theory is that they're doing something to hurt us. So we need doctors, we need pills, we need this, that. I think that's what they're.
Well, the chemtrail. I don't know what your definition of a chemtrail is, okay? And I'm not an expert. Oh, I got something on Neanderthals. Just a mental note. I'm going to tell you guys in a bit. You wouldn't believe this crap about Neanderthals, okay? I'm going to share it in a bit. Chemtrails, I don't know what you mean by a chemtrail. Are you talking about like when I look up in the sky and I see a big plane flying and there's like a stream behind it? Or do you mean like a low-flying plane like a crop duster? What do you mean by a chemtrail?
I'm talking about they show the big planes all the way up high with the.
Okay, this is what I've always thought that was. Okay, when I was growing up. Okay, I've not been one of the chemtrail followers, so I'm not saying I'm right about this. But those aircraft, you see them on a clear day. They're up very, very high, where it's sub-zero temperatures, and I always thought that was the effect of the exhaust of the aircraft on the freezing air and moisture that they were going through. That's what I always thought it was, because if they were putting chemicals in it, wouldn't we see them load the chemicals in when we're at the airport?
Well, no. Matter of fact, they had some videos of the big planes that go in. They got inside, and you see all the 55-gallon drums. One, all going down. So it's not all the planes. Yeah, there is some condensation from the planes going through and having a regular, a non-lethal trail. But
I tend to, now a lot of you may not agree with me. I tend to think that chemtrails is BS, like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and stuff. I think that. I tend to think it's BS. I don't accept this chemtrail thing at all.
I hope you're right. Because you never know these days, man. You can't believe anything anymore because everything is AI or just. But they're saying that the foreign governments are paying for these chemtrails to be put in. Now, if that's what it is to try to stop climate change.
No, but they were doing the chemtrails before anybody had made up climate change. So no. So the chemtrail thing's been around for a long time. I mean, in the 70s and the 60s they were talking about it.
Yeah, well, now it's become, matter of fact, they have a video again, who knows if it's real. They have a video of a plane following one of these other jets, and you can see they're spraying the atmosphere. Now, why, if it's not real, why did Tennessee and Florida ban it? So there must be something real about it.
I don't know. I don't believe the chemtrail thing. Now I'm not saying that there haven't been planes that have sprayed things. I mean they used to do cloud seeding. I don't know if they still do cloud seeding. There's all kinds of things, but I think most of what you're seeing is it's below zero at those high altitudes, and so you're seeing. Like the other day, it got cold, really cold the other day. It was on the weekend, and I was doing some work on the side of my house, and I thought there was a fire in my garage because where the vent was coming out for the dryer, I thought it was smoke, and it was just because it was so cold out. It was hitting the wet ground. I was like, oh man, I thought there was a fire. So I kind of think that's what you're seeing up there. It's not, but whatever.
Well, put it this way, when Florida and Tennessee stopped that, something's really happening. I think we need to be investigated, but I certainly don't think it's impossible to stop climate change with some stupid fumes.
Okay, all right, Doug. I got to move on. Are you in pain? Then go see Dr. Appleton. It's Friday. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. And, the reason Dr. Appleton does not require appointments is because he knows when you're in pain, you need help, you need relief, and you need it now. I hate when you're not a patient with the doctor, you call up to get an appointment, and if you're lucky, it's like 2 weeks away. Well, I'm sick now. Yeah, but 2 weeks, sometimes 2 months. and all this. Not with Dr. Appleton. Walk-ins are welcome always. And by the way, that no-charge consultation applies if you walk in without an appointment as well. So take advantage of that. His laser wave pain treatment works. You've heard me talk about him for years. It works. The 7 times he's rid me of pain has been life-changing. All of it's been life-changing. But, you know, I work on my feet, and that knee pain he rid me of over 3 years ago when I first met Dr. Appleton, that was the first pain he rid me of. That was the big life changer. And if you go back on YouTube and watch me over 3.5 years ago, so go back like 4 years at the Boca studio, you would see me regularly. I have a chair next to me now that I use as a table for all my, copy. But I had a chair there, and I would lean on it on my left to take the weight off my right leg because I was in so much pain. And after just 2 treatments, my pain was gone, and it has not returned. I saw relief after the first treatment, but after the second one, gone, has not returned. 3.5 years. Give Dr. Appleton a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. We'll be right back. Let me see if I can find this Neanderthal story. If not, I'll just tell you. I just couldn't believe this one. I can't find the story I was reading yesterday, so I'll just tell you guys about it.
To the Caribbean, including our 10th annual cruise in March. Every cruise on Celebrity Beyond is unforgettable. Every detail is taken care of, and you'll enjoy all-inclusive fares, world-class restaurants, and top-quality beverages that redefine indulgence. Relax in the retreat, your own private resort within a resort, or unwind on the Retreat Sun Deck with panoramic ocean views. You can pamper yourself in Aqua Class, where 5-star spa experiences will melt your stress away. From the lively martini bar to the breathtaking sunset bar, every space on board Celebrity Beyond is designed to inspire and delight, all backed by Celebrity's unmatched service. Call Cruise and Travel Depot today at 561-244-5779. That's 561-244-5779 to book all your celebrity vacations. Because when it comes to luxury at sea, on board Celebrity Beyond, nothing comes close.
Tom Laporta here from
All right, if you're on hold, stand by.
Condo associations and HOA communities are being threatened by their insurance companies to replace their roofs or lose coverage. We perform a full evaluation of your roofs, test the conditions of the materials, suggest repairs, set maintenance schedules, and write letters to your insurance companies. We are also state of Florida general contractors, which carry a lot of weight when dealing with insurance companies. We recently had a property management company call us to evaluate 2 multi-story condo buildings. Each were in aging condition. We performed a full evaluation, built a case with focused repairs and maintenance that the roofs had up to 5 years left. The insurance companies granted the association...
See what I mean? We have brain rot in this country.
And HOA associations, give me a call at
That's why we need foreign students. These trolls, that's why Trump says we need foreign students at our colleges.
That number again is 954-604-4602 or find us at laportaroofing.com.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen to the podcast on 95.9 FM, Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at
All right. Yeah, I read this story yesterday. I couldn't find it during the break. I did not retweet it because it was so stupid, but then I wish I would have, and I couldn't find it just now. But if I find it, I'll post it on X. There was a story yesterday about Neanderthal men and DNA. And I don't know what possessed me to read the story because, I'm not into reading that garbage usually. But I read the story, and they said that 90% of white people, those of us of European descent, have Neanderthal DNA. In fact, more DNA than any other group, and African Americans have none. So what they're saying is that white people are Neanderthals. Can you freaking believe? I mean, see how they manipulate science? Who did that study? Fauci? I just can't believe. Science. Used to trust science. Why? This is why we don't trust science. They use it for political garbage. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today?
All right.
From New York.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, I just wanted to call about the conservative chemtrail thing. I know that the picture he's talking about is where there's blue barrels on a plane. That's the NTSB. They put that out. They're testing aerodynamics on a plane. That wasn't chemtrail. The tens of thousands of people that would have to be enwrapped in this conspiracy theory is too big to contain. Someone would have blown the whistle a long time ago between the chemicals and the chemical companies, the airplanes. I mean, somebody would have said something somewhere. And since there's a single credible news story about it, I mean, it's hard to believe.
No, I don't believe in that. I really don't. I haven't really thought about the chemtrails, but I don't believe in it either. Really, I'd have to see some really compelling evidence.
You see the planes every day, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's got to be something," and you're absolutely right. It's just condensation coming off the hot steam out of the engine, exhaust mixing with the air.
Yeah. That's what I always thought. Yeah, that's what I thought when I was a child. I didn't even know about chemtrails yet, and that's what I assumed. It's just common. I mean, look when it's a cold. We've had a couple of cold mornings. Look at the exhaust come out of your car on one of these cold mornings that you don't see on a normal morning.
Yeah, in New York, we have these really cold mornings, especially today. And I'm not spraying chemicals out my tailpipe. I mean, exhaust, obviously, but it's not, I'm not out there getting
Are you in Florida or New York now?
New York.
Do you guys, New York City?
No. Near Buffalo.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't been here since Mamdani won. I haven't heard from too many people living in New York. I was getting a lot of calls before the election, and I don't know if they're packing, depressed, or what, but I have not been hearing from many New York City residents since Mamdani won.
And he had an uncle, when he was running, they moved to Wyoming because they knew he was going to win. So they got out of there before that all happened because they don't trust him. So
no, you can't. I mean, I was watching a live streamer who walking through New York yesterday, and they went into St. Patrick's Cathedral. It's so beautiful. I haven't been there in so long. And the largest mosque in the world is in Turkey. It used to be a Catholic church, and I wonder if we go back to New York City in 100 years, will St. Patrick's be a mosque or will it still be a Catholic church? I'm serious. I
can't wait for the call to prayer to start happening in New York City, and see how they react to that.
During Yankee games. Oh, man.
It was nice talking to you, bro.
All right, take care.
Have a great day.
Take care. Yeah, Billy Joel will have to stop his. Does he still do that thing at the Garden? He have to stop his stop Piano Man so they can do the call to prayer. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian.
Yes.
Hey, it's Frenchie from Stewart, Florida.
Hey, Frenchie. What's up?
Not much. Of course, the meat people you talk about is Smithfield. Smithfield is owned by the Chinese.
Yeah.
They bought them back in, I believe, 09 or 10, but Obama was president. Obama let that go through.
Well, see, this is why foreign ownership of our food supply is dangerous. It doesn't take much to cause the price of something to go up, right? Remember the toilet paper crisis of 2020, right? And I'm telling you, the beef prices at the grocery store are so high right now. I believe it's foreign intervention to cause political disruption and economic problems. I believe it.
Another thing, on housing, we just let like 20 or 25 million people into this country. Well, they got to live someplace. So they created this housing thing.
Correct.
Houses usually get built according to what our population is and what we can afford and all that. When you just dump 20 million people into the country, the housing market couldn't keep up with that.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the rent, yeah.
And we got to get the interest rates down. I took a loan out in 2016 at 3.25%. You're not going to see that today.
No, one of the reasons I live in the house that I've lived in for over 20 years, I never thought when my wife and I bought this house we would live in it like for the rest of our lives. I have a small house, but you know it was the interest rates that stopped us from buying a few years ago, but they're coming down now.
I got one. If they can get that back down to like 4%, you're going to see the housing market start to pick up a little bit.
Well,
still got to get rid of all these people that came in here illegally.
Exactly. And the rent prices, when people tell me how much they pay in rent, I mean, I can't believe what people pay in rent. I just can't believe it.
That was part of the reason why I did my move, but I was renting, and then I figured out, well, my mortgage is only like $890 or something a month, and I was paying over $1,000 a month for rent.
Oh, that $1,000 a month for rent, you can't get an efficiency for that these days.
Well, that was back in 16.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Appreciate the call. All right, I got to run because I'm late for the break.
No, I want you to touch on pre-Civil War at some point next week.
What about it?
Before the Civil War started, how did it actually get going? Like somebody was backing the South people to start all this up, and that's what's happening now.
Okay. All right, maybe. All right. Appreciate the call. All right, take care. We're late for the break. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
Mostly clear into the evening with a low of 67 degrees.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
On Military Trail, there's construction at 10th Avenue North. On Okeechobee Boulevard, there's work at Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
That's your traffic brought to you by PBKC. Gobble up the green in the poker room at PBKC. High hands hit every 15 minutes, every day from 9 a.m. to midnight. And don't miss the $100,000 progressive weekends. Take your shot in thrilling daily tournaments.
Oh my goodness.
Vegas-style table games and ultimate Texas Hold'em and three-card poker with just a $5 minimum. Plus, at the best at PBKC with TV action from top tracks. It's all fun, all action at PBKC. Get all the details at pbkennelclub.com.
This is Steve Kane. The time for open enrollment is here. And as if Medicare wasn't confusing enough last year, there are major changes to be made this year. Some major carriers are pulling out of Medicare altogether. Do what we do in the Kane household. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors. She'll review your Medicare plan for free. Debbie's schedule is filling up fast, but if you mention my name, Steve Kane, she'll put you right to the front of the line. Call Debbie right now at 954-753-8080. That's 954 area code 753-8080. Be sure to mention that Steve Kane sent you.
Brian here. You know that heart disease is the #1 killer in America? And I have high cholesterol. I mean really high cholesterol. It's almost 300. There hasn't been a day that's gone by that I haven't worried about having a heart attack for years. Until I went over to Life Imaging FLA. They scanned my heart. And guess what? All my arteries are completely clear. No plaque buildup, no blockage, nothing. Their CT scans can not only detect heart disease, but cancer and over 100 illnesses with up to 98% accuracy before symptoms even appear. The scan's easy too. There's no dyes, you don't have to get undressed or wear a hospital gown, and it takes just a few short minutes. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan right now with just a few minimum requirements, valued at $699. From your cell, call pound 250 and say free heart scan. That's pound 250 and say free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Make sure to ask about their cancer screening and virtual colonography. Life Imaging FLA is saving lives every day with their FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose CT scanner. What are you waiting for? Call right now and get the peace of mind that I have. Pound 250 and say free heart scan.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 49 years on the...
All right, if you're on hold, stand by. 2 openings on the line at 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. I was just listening to this Yelp review. I just was reading this during the break. This is a Yelp review for Life Imaging FLA. Listen to this. Jerry B. Listen to this. They saved my brother's life. He went there for a free heart scan, heard on the radio. Made the appointment, went, and they did the scan. And they told him he needed to go to the emergency room now. Well, he drove to the ER. Long story short, 3 days later, they did a quadruple bypass with one almost completely closed off. This saved my 60-year-old brother's life. Isn't that something? And, you know, a lot of times you don't have symptoms. This person probably would have had a heart attack and dropped dead if they didn't go to Life Imaging FLA. They're saving lives. And they're doing it all the time. And this November is Men's Health Awareness Month. And Life Imaging FLA, they're here, of course, to help you. Life Imaging FLA offers free heart scans with just a few minimum requirements, valued at $699. While you're there, make sure you ask about their full body cancer screening so you get that ultimate peace of mind. I had that too. I had the full body cancer screening and the heart scan. I know some people in the audience, you know, it's so simple, so fast. I didn't have to undress and put on a gown or anything. I wore my shirt and my pants I was wearing. I didn't even have to take off my watch. Life Imaging FLA, they're all about proactive healthcare. They are saving lives through early detection, like this one that I just shared with you, Jerry's brother. They have locations in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach. Call on your cell phone, pound 250, and say free heart scan. That's pound 250 and say free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. All right, let's go to the phones. Every line on the board is lit. It is Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything on your mind's fair game. Watch this be all chemtrail calls. Watch. It's a full board of calls. Doug mentioned chemtrails, so we'll find out. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brother Brian, IB.
Hey, IB, what's up?
Fire, rapid fire. The guy from New York, I believe, was trying to debunk conservative Doug. There was a time when you didn't believe in the Hoover files and you don't believe in aliens, but I've watched it for years, and those are chemtrails. Okay, what is it doing to our brains or maybe to our health is the question, in my opinion. The two consistencies: the planes are always white and they always fly patterns. With no other chemtrails in the sky from other planes, you'll see that. Now, Democrats, how do you feel about Hakeem Jeffrey and Schumer putting you through hell as if Trump is not going to give you your snap or wink, and people are going to lose their insurance? Once again, the same old, okay? The same thing they finally agreed to vote on by putting you through hell for those 42 days, and the aggravation that you felt, and even when you feel like to run into stores and just steal, you say it on YouTube, you want to just go in there, that didn't happen. Actually, the stores were clean and quiet. So that let me now understand that so many people are taking advantage of us taxpayers, because why are the stores were so empty when those benefits didn't hit? But you know, the good news is Trump is going to give it back to you guys, and you're in good shape until November of next year. So all your worries is over, and you got to remember that the Democrats, your party, lied to you, and they put you through hell on TV day after day with Hakeem Jeffrey pointing his finger at people like Nancy Pelosi. They're disgusting people. I also saw Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that prices are high. She didn't segregate prices and say this is high, that or high, this is low. She made it seem like across the board everything's high. Am I still there?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. It was so quiet. I was like, what?
I'm just listening. Well, you know, the thing about Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marjorie Taylor Greene's a workout fanatic, and maybe she buys her groceries at the fancy stores. You know what I mean? Where all the health-obsessed people go.
You mean like where Nancy Pelosi gets her $15 or $12 ice cream?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
End of Chuck Schumer. I hope this is the end of Chuck Schumer, and I'm glad Fetterman is okay. But doesn't he kind of look like the reverse of Tulsi Gabbard in the beginning? We thought she was really a big Trojan horse, which we don't know, but she knows how to stay kind of just slightly left of center, but I think she's actually center or going a little bit more right. Fetterman is now the tricky guy. And I hope we can do something about Fetterman, because we need to win Pennsylvania, like you said. We got to get Pennsylvania, and we got to not let this guy change MAGA minds as if he's kind of being reasonable now. No. Let's not forget about the past and his lunacy of the things he's done, because Democrats think we don't have a mind, like we have to go to social media to remember things. Okay?
Yeah.
Fetterman now he did not change parties like Tulsi Gabbard. He's still in the Democrat Party, so we got to watch who's up and coming and rising, because Hakeem Jeffrey's not going to do it. Schumer is out, and Miss come to my office, AOC. Nobody's coming to her office anymore. She's on the sideline for now, and it's beautiful to see.
All right, IB, take care. Thanks for the call. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jerry from Florida.
Yeah, Jerry.
Hey, man. I don't understand something. Trump got on the natural children while he was running for office. Said he wasn't going to touch Medicaid. He wasn't going to touch Medicare. He wasn't going to touch SNAP. He wasn't going to touch a lot of stuff. And he lied, man. He lied.
Lied? What? Lied? No. He didn't cut. He did not cut. He didn't cut any of those things. He did not cut any of those things. No, he didn't.
Why do you think people don't have they don't have a plan now?
The only excuse me. I know you think white privilege exists. Since it exists in your mind, can I invoke it so I can get a word in? Yeah. What he did was cut fraud in those systems, right? The illegals that were getting it. He didn't cut no frauds, a double negative, which means he cut the fraud. Really, nobody has Medicaid right now? Nobody has Medicare? You said he cut everybody.
Trump thinks he's the king.
No. You hold on a second. You said that he cut everybody off of Medicare. You said that he cut everybody off of Medicare and Medicaid. Are you saying that no one has Medicare or Medicaid now? You say he cut everybody off.
It's going up.
I'll tell you what. You find somebody that has had their Medicaid or Medicare cut who is legally eligible to get it. I'll have them in studio with me.
Hey, but what you gonna do when they find out Jeffrey Epstein has something to do with Trump?
How could a dead man have something to do with Trump? He's been dead for years.
Younger, when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
When they find out that he had something to do with Trump, everybody gonna be pissed. They already booed him at the game. You know?
He's getting booed by Democrats like you. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call. Take care. I mean, just from one thing to the next. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Brent from Rochester, New York. I'm a Democrat.
Yeah, I was waiting for some content.
I got a question for you. Why do you hate Democrats? You got a lot of hate in your voice. Every time I listen to your show.
Why do I what Democrats?
Why do you hate them? You hate us. You threaten us. You say you hate black people.
Number one, I've said none of those things. I mean, how dare you say the things you just said? I haven't said any of those things.
You are a hateful person, bro.
Okay, if you have me on tape saying I hate black people, I'll let you play. But you find a tape of me saying I hate black people. I'll let you play it over the phone. No. I'll let you play it on the phone. Look up. I didn't say it, but you say you've heard me say it. You find that tape, and I'll let you play it over the phone.
I'm saying it now. I'm not scared anymore.
No. You find a tape of me saying that. I'll let you play it on the air. And then after I let you play it on the air, I'll take the recording and I'll play it at the top of every hour for a whole show.
President Obama. I love President Obama.
See, this is the part where he wants me to hang up. All right. Oh, boy. Okay. If you're on hold, stand by. What do I have left to do here? Oh, yes. Let me talk about George Colony. You know, George Colony, our real estate guy, it is not a coincidence that George Colony joined us at the beginning of the month. And, you know, Florida real estate is booming. It is booming. He called in yesterday and he was telling us one of his clients that he got from the show here. He was telling us, as a man who's either retired or retiring, he's looking to downsize his home and move into a less expensive home, so his retirement will be a little easier. He's helping him on both ends of that. And he's also getting calls from people all over the United States, in particular New York, that are looking to move to Florida. You know, a lot of people in Florida are buying houses now earlier than they planned because they know with all of the New Yorkers and other Northerners coming down here that real estate is going to be selling for some big bucks down the road, and they're trying to buy. So people are looking to buy right now. But if you're from out of town or out of state and you're looking to move from Florida, George Colony can help you as well. I met George Colony through Tom Laporta, and like Tom Laporta, he gives out his cell phone number. So you can call or text George Colony at 954-801-7320. Find out what your home is really worth. He'll let you know. 954-801-7320. That's 954-801-7320. You can call or text. That is his cell phone. We'll be right back. One opening on the board.
Discover a new era of luxury senior living at the Carlisle Palm Beach, the only senior living community in Palm Beach with ocean.
Nope, every line is full. Every line is now full.
Beautifully reimagined with resort-style amenities, refreshed apartment homes, and smart living upgrades. Enjoy vibrant wellness through Inspire by Liberty, elevated dining experiences, and a lifestyle designed for connection and ease. Since 1999, the Carlisle has been a trusted name, now with a renewed vision for refined living. Call today or visit CarlislePalmBeach.com to learn more. That's CarlislePalmBeach.com.
When it comes to dental work, there's no one better than Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. But don't just take my word for it. This is Richie the bus driver. He called in on the air to share his experience with Dr. Gupta.
Every line is lit.
Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie, Dr. Gupta. I go
Oh man, I've been up since 12:30, and I got a long day ahead. Ugh.
Brian Craig here. You hear me talk with attorney Barry Siegel every day about how we can help you and your family. Now here's one of our listeners, Frances, sharing her experience of how attorney Barry Siegel made a difference in her life and took a weight off her shoulders.
I was really looking for something to help me secure my holdings, which is actually not a whole bunch of bank account savings and a house and a car for my two daughters. I was worried that if I had just a regular will, things would just hide up. And that would take 2 years. So I heard on the radio about Barry Siegel, the attorney. I gave them a call, and immediately they were so kind. They were so nice. They assured me that they could help. I went over there, and they sat with me, and we went over everything. And I ended up with this wonderful trust.
Now, I woke up at 12:30 today because I had so much work to do today, and I got a long, long day today. I'm like, ugh. It's going to be one of those 20-hour days for me.
How I would take care of my two daughters. I was very pleased with the attorney Barry Siegel. Finding him helped me assure that my two daughters will be well taken care of in the event that I won't be here.
Give attorney Barry Siegel a call right now. Toll free 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, every line on the board is lit. I'm trying to take these calls in the order in which they were received. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, I'm talking to you. Okay.
I'd like to pick up the topic. So, like, in hindsight, everyone in the comments, in the video that you got going, I have dropped a lot of patent links to the U.S. Patent Office to the to those luminous aerosol particles that Bill Gates actually funded to help block out lithium, like solar activity.
Yeah.
What I wanted to talk about is, so in the grand sense of things, we're stepping into what my family calls the order of the new ages. So like everybody can see and have their differences and their arguments about whose team is better, who's blue's right, red's right. But in the bigger scheme of things.
Wait a second. What did you say this is? The what of the New Ages?
Well, it's what the New World Order.
The New World Order. What is new in the world order? And give me the most recent thing that they did that was new. No, I don't need listen. No, I'm only here till 9. I don't. Everybody knows what that means. Give me the most recent example of the New World Order doing something new.
I got you. Remember these terms: Agenda 21, Sustainable Development Goals, climate change, all this stuff like this, all this stuff is slowly coming into.
That's been debunked. All that's been debunked.
I mean, you can say that.
Nobody believes that anymore. Nobody believes that. And so if that's your most recent thing, that was like 1996. Do you have the New World Order? Hold on. 2015. The New World, excuse me. The New World Order, the first word new means they're doing things that are new. You've given me examples that are 10 to 20 years old. Have they done anything like in the last year? Well, I want to hear, I don't care what you care about doing. If the New World Order is changing things, what have they done most recently that is new, that is changing the order of things so that we can see it? What? I didn't ask it. So you can't think of something they've done that's new or recent. You're not allowed to talk about it? Oh, long live, so you're part of the New World. Oh, he hung up. Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? See what happens with... This is why we don't do open phones every day. Doug calls in with one stupid thing, and then here we go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I got a couple things to say. These liberal Democrats call in. They don't know what a conversation is. They don't know how to let you talk and shut up, and then they talk. You know, it's just ridiculous to try to overtalk you. And number two, I think Trump needs to, I'm pretty sure he's already on this, but he needs to get the rates lowered and get capital gains tax on property sales. At least suspend it for a while, because this can help him push 26 through. And that's my two comments today. Have a good weekend.
All right, appreciate the call. I'll settle for Ron DeSantis getting rid of our property taxes. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, Richard. Yes. Speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up. The Florida Senate, yes. I know. Just because a government body passed something doesn't mean it's real. I mean, how much global warming, climate change legislation did the Congress pass when the Democrats ran it? Or how much trans legislation has been passed in different areas of the country over the last few years?
But in order to see it, like Bigfoot, I don't see ever. But on the back of my windshield, it's like and it's been nice out, no rain. You go back to your windshield and you look at the back windshield, you see all that dirt. It's all got glitter in it. So it's reflecting.
Glitter? I have never seen glitter. I have never seen glitter on my car.
But again, go out and break lunch, go see it. Go check it out, see it. It's something with the stuff. It's all okay.
All right. Appreciate the call. Okay. All right. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Jessica. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Yes.
The units are out and about today with you. First of all, they shouldn't be calling themselves Democrats. They should be calling themselves communists. Because that's what they are. All the liberals calling, especially that guy that said he regret voting for Trump. He didn't vote for Trump. It's incredible. They lie. They're all liars. All these colors, they first tell you, oh, I voted for Trump and I regret voting for him. And then they bring up the Epstein files. That's when you know that they didn't vote for Trump.
You know, let me tell you, this is how bad it's gotten for the Democrats. They're going through this email and quoting what Jeffrey Epstein said. So they have to go to admitted and convicted pedophiles to find somebody to say something bad about Trump. Their credible source is a pedophile now. That's how low they've gotten.
Yeah, it's laughable because they trust the party to release this news when they didn't do it before. They don't think logically. Why, if they had this information, they didn't do it when Biden was in office? I mean, or even when Trump was running for president in 2016. If they had this, that Trump was a friend of Epstein and had all these things against him, why they didn't release it back then?
Yeah.
in 2016, but they didn't because it's all a lie.
That's true. That's right.
When it comes, I wanted to talk to you about, your friend that is the realtor. I mean, I don't know if I'm happy with all the New Yorkers moving down to Florida. I mean, that's very dangerous.
You got, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you with that. You've got, you have an accent, and it's fine. Why? So you're an immigrant, and you don't want New Yorkers migrating inside the country, but you came from another country. Seems a little hypocritical.
Oh no, it's not hypocritical. It's because we are ideologically different. Ideologically different. Me, I am from Venezuela. That tells you a lot.
Well, we're ideologically different from Venezuela too.
The point here is that a lot of these New Yorkers, they are liberal. They like communism. I don't like communism. That's the reason why I came here in the first place. I fled communism. I know Democrats, and I know that they're communists. And we don't need these people in Florida. They're going to change the voting landscape of the state, and that's very dangerous. Very dangerous, Brian.
I agree with you. I mean, if it wasn't for New York, this state we wouldn't. Palm Beach and Broward would be red counties if it were not for New Yorkers.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Broward is 98% New York.
Mm-hmm.
When has Broward gone to Republicans?
Correct.
I don't remember. I don't recall. So it's a dangerous thing that I believe and I hope that DeSantis, puts a high tariff on these people.
How do you put a tariff on an American moving from one state to the next? I don't know how you can do that.
I don't know. I don't think they're Americans. I believe they're
New Yorkers are not Americans. Yeah, they're Americans.
I'm saying the ones that are moving in, because what happens is that they vote Democrats and then they move back. They move here when they see that things is hitting the fan.
Okay. Listen, I got to run. We're up against the top of the hour break, all right? It's just very strange to hear somebody with an accent who came from another country doesn't want Americans from one state to migrate to the next. She's not against immigration, just migration. Okay, if you're on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll take our break for the top of the hour and be right back. Oh, my goodness, guys.
Be Shores and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the true oldies channel. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 76 degrees. Into the evening, partly cloudy with a low of 71 degrees. On Saturday, a high of 77 degrees and sunny. Into the evening on Saturday, mostly clear with a low of 68 degrees. And on Sunday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 79 degrees. Mostly clear into the evening with a low of 67 degrees.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
On I-95 southbound at the exit ramp to PBIA, a broken down vehicle has that ramp shut down. We have reports of an accident in Jupiter, alternate A1A at East Riverside Drive. Spot something on the roads? Call the traffic tip line. Pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
That's your traffic brought to you by PBKC. Live in the paddock this Friday, November 14th, it's a gas with Start Me Up, an 8-piece tribute to the Rolling Stones and a delicious 3-course meal. The shows continue with Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis Merry Christmas Baby December 12th and Simply Tina Turner Tribute December 19th. And don't miss Football Sundays in the paddock. Just $25 gets you an all-you-can-eat buffet and a draft beer. For tickets and details, go to pbkennelclub.com.
This is Steve Kane. The time for open enrollment is here. And as if Medicare wasn't confusing enough last year, there are major changes to be made this year. Some major carriers are pulling out of Medicare altogether. Do what we do in the Kane household. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors. She'll review your Medicare plan for free. Debbie's schedule is filling up fast, but if you mention my name, Steve Kane, she'll put you right to the front of the line. Call Debbie right now at 954-753-8080. That's 954 area code 753-8080. Be sure to mention that Steve Kane sent you.
My name is Dr. Philip Appleton. I'm a chiropractic physician. Over the years, I've treated thousands and thousands of patients from bursitis, tendonitis, sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, tears, post-surgery, pre-surgery, herniated disc, gout, bone on bone. If you can name the pain, most likely I've treated over the years. Most of my practice is laser with robotic lasers. They're robots which rotates constantly around the area where most lasers do not do. So if you want to come in for a free consultation, as always here, welcome at Appleton Chiropractic. I'm here 6 days a week. I personally do all the treatment. You can bring your MRIs, you can bring your x-rays, you can bring your CAT scans, whatever you have to bring for me to look at, I would do that free of charge.
Call Dr. Appleton right now for that free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonChiro.com.
On the air since 1977, it's the...
All right, the third hour has begun. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Jonathan. I'm from Bell Fountain, Ohio.
All right, what's up, Jonathan?
Hey, I just want to say I'm a new listener. First off, I want to say God bless you and God bless your family, President Trump's family. I've got two questions for you. One, I think the media is so biased, it's kind of got to a propaganda level. I think that's why we have a lot of problem with people being uneducated about things that are going on. And two, I am totally with eliminating the filibuster so we can get some things done. The number one thing, in my opinion, is voter ID. I don't know why anyone's against voter ID, but I think voter ID could solve a lot of these issues. I mean, I know we have...
Well, now it's not... an ID, by the way, doesn't mean... it doesn't mean state ID that doesn't let people know if you're a citizen or not. There needs to be some type of federal ID that is... that you know, like when you get a passport, you have to jump through some hoops to show that you're a citizen. There should be an ID passport, is what there should be, for voting at least in federal elections.
Yeah, I agree, but I just don't see why anyone would have a problem with voter ID unless...
Please. We know the answer to that. The Democrats. It's because the Democrats. That's correct.
And I just think that's the one thing, me as just a normal everyday, go to the factory. I work for Honda here. Go to the factory, work all day. You know,
What do you do at the Honda factory in Ohio? Like, what's your job?
I'm an assembly worker.
So what do you do? Like, what do you do on the assembly line? What do you do?
I do transmissions, put transmissions together. It's actually at Russell's Point in Indian Lake.
I thought that was so robotic now.
It's not. It's still, we have a lot of people that just put in different, like, shams and...
Do you put in a part of a transmission or like the completed transmission?
Yes, sir. Just parts. Each one of us have a job that we put in parts of.
So, like, what part of a transmission do you put in?
The gears.
Wow. And how many transmission gears do you put in a day?
Anywhere from 400 to 450.
Wow. Well, you know, that's amazing. You know, the thing I wonder, because the factory jobs, because sometimes I'll watch, like, how things are made on TV. Like, last night I was watching how they make Lay's potato chips, you know. Is that kind of work tedious and boring, or does the workday go by fast?
It actually goes by pretty fast.
Really?
A lot of unhappy people. Like, a lot of people are just going to complain about work, period.
Well, that's true, yeah.
They do take care of us, and like I know everybody, no one likes to go to work and be there long hours, but like right now things are a little bit slow just because of the holidays and things like that. But the day goes by quick, and where I live, Brian, like this, we actually had during the last election, we had like a little store in Bell Fountain where I live, where it was called the Trump Train, and you would have no idea how, like, I think people are like so quick to forget how unhappy they were when Biden was in.
Yep.
Everybody wanted change. Like,
are you a union guy? Are you in the United Auto Workers?
No, sir, we're not. We're
You're not
union.
Really?
No one. It was brought up before. Like,
the union today is not like the union, 25 years
Yeah, exactly.
ago, where I thought there was a use for the union. Like now, the union pretty much protects very lazy people that don't come to work, people that don't want to like work with anyone.
Well, we used to need them, but you got the 40-hour work week and 8-hour days and all that. The unions, the reason unions were important, it's when light bulbs came into being. Companies would make people work 24 hours a day because they could see at night all of a sudden. But unions are as relevant as like the NAACP, right? They've accomplished everything, and now all they do is cause trouble.
And take your money.
That's right.
Right, and that's all they want to do is take your money. So a lot of us at Honda, they didn't even have enough people to even have a vote.
How'd you get that job? It was like your family working in the plant? How'd you get that job?
Yeah. Well, my father, he retired from Honda. He was there 35 years. I just moved home because I had a sick mother in Kentucky, so I moved back home after she passed away, and I wanted to be closer to my dad. He's in his 70s, so he retired from there. I wanted to kind of, follow in his footsteps at Honda, so I went there, and
Was it Honda when your dad worked there?
It was.
Wow.
It was Honda transmission. Now it's Honda of America, where Honda has bought the transmission.
So what do you do? So when you work on the transmissions, do they actually is the factory you work at just parts, or are they actually assembling the whole car?
No, well, we just assembled the transmission, and the transmission goes over to the Marysville or East Liberty plants, and they put them in the car.
Oh, okay. All right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm just surprised because I thought that was all automated now.
No, actually it's not. There are a lot of robots now, and there are people that are nervous about AI taking jobs and things like that. But I think the AI thing's good. I'm more worried about people right now than I am robots, and I'm
exactly
media telling people things that are not true. Like I'll turn on CNN and MSNBC, and it's just absolutely nuts, Brian.
I was at an event the other day, and there was somebody there that had one of those robots that cost like as much as a car. They're so ridiculous in person. On TV, they look all like, oh, they're going to take over the world, And they're they can barely stand up. I mean, if the wind blows or you bump in, they're not really advanced.
Anybody having to worry about a robot doing anything to anyone or taking anyone's job. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm more worried about people. I'm more worried about the media than anything.
Well, the media are a poison, except the part of the media I'm in. My part of the media, we're good people. The rest of it's, I know what you mean, though, the mainstream media. Yeah.
Yeah, the CNN and all that, like, they're telling people lies and they're firing people up. Like, I didn't really know Charlie Kirk till he got assassinated, but, like, seeing what happened with him, Brian, is like, I don't know how anyone in the Democratic Party that comes out and calls anyone who likes President Trump or is a conservative viewpoint or Christian, like, they label us like we're fascist or we're Nazis, or I just love my country.
Mm-hmm.
My country, I want the country to be, and I do want people to be able to come here. I want them to come here legally.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pay for other people to sit at home while I'm busting my butt in the factory every day. And
so when let me ask you, so you put the gears in a transmission, you do 4 to 450 a day. Do they, are they like on you for the time? Like you have to, how long does it take you to put the gears in a transmission? Because you're doing a lot. It can't take too long.
Well, we have about 53 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Really?
The transmission. Yeah, like 13 seconds per station. But we have to do like checks. We want to make sure people are safe on the road.
So you have 53 seconds. What if it took you 60 seconds? Would you get in trouble?
No, you wouldn't get in trouble. They just try to train you better and make sure that, you're making your, what we call them, cycle times. You have time for each position, like how long it should take you to do a job.
Yeah.
If you're falling behind, they'll help you. They'll want to know what's going on. Why can't you make that time?
The reason I ask, it's pretty hard work, but the reason I ask is the Amazon drivers. I had an Amazon guy come to my house the other day, and he's like, "Is there a place in your neighborhood I can park my truck? I got a break coming up. I want to get some sleep." And I see these videos of Amazon drivers that are like peeing and cans and stuff in their car because Amazon is on them every second. But I get that's just, but it's the same thing for you. I mean, you could take a break to go pee, but the 53 seconds, I mean, that sounds dangerous to have to do what you're doing in 53 seconds.
Yeah, but it's not as, you know, believe it or not, like it is a tedious job, but it's not hard. And there's a lot of people that are there to support you that'll help you get your job done. And if you need breaks, they'll give you breaks. It's not as dire as people make it out to be sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I gotta run, but thanks for the call. All right. Take care. Appreciate the call. All right. Got a lot of information from him. I want to talk about Coastal Weight Loss Secret. You know, I was just noticing because I was when I came in this morning, I was setting up my YouTube live stream. And I was setting up the camera, and I could, you know what, I can see such a weight loss in my face. It's crazy. You know, if you want to see my weight loss from Coastal Weight Loss Secret, go on YouTube and look at videos of mine from a year ago on YouTube, and then look at me now. I'm embarrassed at some of those videos. I really had no idea how much weight I needed to lose. You know, and yeah, you know what it is, because you gain it kind of slow, and it's so gradual, and you see yourself every day, you don't really notice it. Call Coastal Weight Loss Secret. It is holiday time. You have time to lose that weight before Thanksgiving, before your Christmas party, before the New Year's party. The number is 561-247-6300. They can help you no matter where you are located. 561, and by the way, no matter where you are in the United States, Coastal Weight Loss Secret can help you. 561-247-6300, 561-247-6300, and online, coastalweightlossecret.com. Do we have any recorded spots, Mike? Okay, I'll do that first, then we'll do the recorded after, okay? All right, it is time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing well. What do you have for us today?
Well, today I want to talk about something very important that people need to do when they have a revocable living trust. So those of you who already have a revocable living trust, please listen up. You need to make sure that it is funded. That means that you are transferring the ownership of assets such as bank accounts, brokerage accounts, your real estate, and essentially everything. Not your retirement accounts, that's a different story. Those assets need to go into the trust, because if they're not in the trust, then they're either in your name, in your spouse's name if you're married, or again, if you're married, in joint names. And if that's the case, then you are on the road to probate, on the road to potentially guardianship, and you don't have the protections that the trust is affording you. So you're really not getting the benefit of the trust that you took the time, money, and energy to create. So I would suggest that everybody take a moment, look at their assets, look at their statements, look at their deeds, look at everything, and make sure that it's titled in the trust. One of the things that we will do is when people come in and we review their estate plan at no charge, we'll also review and have the conversation about the funding and make sure that they have a plan to.
And Barry, you know, some people and will do something that I know is very bad, and maybe you can tell people for a moment why these things are bad to do. Sometimes people will say, well, I don't need a revocable living trust. I'm just going to put my son or daughter's name on my bank accounts and on the house. So what? But that's a bad idea to do for a lot of reasons. Can you tell people why that's not a good thing to do?
Yeah, there's multiple reasons. I mean, if you put let's say your son or daughter on your deed or on a financial account, you're adding their liability to your asset. So while you might be in your later work years or retirement years and you're slowing things down, you're not out there doing as much that could cause liability. They're the next generation below you. They're out there driving more, doing business deals, working. They have liability issues, and now you're adding those assets. You're putting that into their name as well, or jointly in their name, and now their possible lawsuits and creditors can go after it. That's number one.
Wow.
Number two, by doing that, while you are avoiding probate that way, you're not avoiding guardianship. So it doesn't help you if you become incapacitated. As far as on the one hand, you would have them as a joint owner so they could handle things, but the other thing is that you're not getting that bloodline protection as well.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodline protection that a trust affords you is going to help make sure that when it goes to them, when you pass away and they inherit it, if you have it joint or even with a beneficiary designation, it's going to go to them outright. And when it's outright, that means that it's vulnerable to their future divorce.
Mm-hmm.
If they die first, it goes to their spouse, not to the kids. And also vulnerable to creditors and lawsuits. So you lose out on all of those protections by doing it a shortcut way instead of doing.
Yeah, there's no shortcuts when it comes to things like this, guys. Give the Siegel Law Group a call. If you mentioned you heard Attorney Barry Siegel here on the program, you can take advantage of that no-charge in-office consultation. 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week. All right, we'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
This is Mark Laporta, son of Tom Laporta and proud second-generation owner of Laporta Roofing. As a military veteran who served in the Army after 9/11, I brought the same dedication and discipline to our family business. At Laporta Roofing, we've been serving our community for nearly 4 decades, and we're committed to continuing that legacy of excellence. Our team specializes in all types of roofing systems, from shingles to tile, slate, metal, and flat roofs. We're the go-to experts for single-family homes, HOA communities, and condo associations. And what sets us apart is our unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. I've personally implemented systems to ensure you receive the best in customer service and workmanship. Don't miss out on our limited time offer for a free roof inspection. Call us now at 954-604-4602 or visit us at laportaroofing.com. Trust the experts who have been protecting homes like yours for generations. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
Don't you hate it when you buy something online and then you get slapped with a huge shipping charge at checkout? Not at MyPillow.com. Right now, enjoy free shipping on all orders $100 or more when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. This is your chance to stock up on unbeatable deals on everything site-wide. Soft sheets, cozy slippers, plush bathrobes, mattresses, mattress toppers, headbeds. It's free shipping on all orders $100 or more. Order now at MyPillow.com and use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for free shipping.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9, Garrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9.
All right, we are back on Open MAGA Mike Friday. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's JJ from Mass.
Hey, JJ, what's up?
Well, I think your Fetterman earlier in the show, talking about Fetterman, he kind of reminds me a little bit. I was thinking about the Nurse Ratched from yesterday.
Oh.
Fetterman, and just basically the smoke and mirrors and the trees in the forest and all that. All the lying that goes on, and for these lies to work from the Democrat Party, for these things to work, they need a receptive, sort of a dumbed-down, voter base, uninformed, emotional. And while that nurse was obviously, I believe, she's on the caring side of the, she's not in the business side of medicine, so she's probably very good in the NICU or the cardiac care unit, wherever she was. But she's an example of the smoke and mirrors. There's so much smoke that she can't see the damn mirror, and there's a lot of people like that, and particularly I wanted to focus focus on Fetterman, because that guy, to me, he's like the snake that has never been cold. He's very calculating. He's an actor. And I just see, I mean, if he were in California, he'd be Newsom. If he were in New York City, he'd be Donnie.
Yeah.
It's just very, you know.
He's a chameleon. He's a chameleon. He's passing himself off as a reasonable Democrat, and he's the only one at the national level that's doing that.
Con man extraordinaire.
Yep.
Fades to the conservative side on a vote that pretty much is irrelevant. He talks and speaks, but he gave himself up a little bit when he was talking, when he was getting it from The View. He basically said, to get the big win, we need Pennsylvania. You know,
that's right.
Act like that, and you know, and they can do that in New York, but I'm in a red state. So in other words, I have to lie like hell to win over here. And you know, he had the stroke, so people have a little sympathy for him because, maybe the stroke. You know, I mean, I remember thinking about this guy. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. You can't believe it. He sounds reasonable, and the thing is, Brian, it's hard. It's hard when.
Well, I think Fetterman is being groomed by the Democrat Party to either be their nominee or vice president in the next presidential election. I really do. Pennsylvania went Republican. If Kamala would have, Kamala couldn't pick the governor up there because the Democrats are so anti-Semitic and he's a Jew. If she would have picked that guy, she might have won Pennsylvania. I mean, he's the state's governor. He's won a statewide election. So is Fetterman.
Yep. It's just that smoke and mirror. We just have to be, I think MAGA is pretty much, for the most part, MAGA is a good 90+% on, for 95+ on figuring these things out. But the Democrats are, I mean, it's like it's like serum for their survival. They need those lies to keep going. The food thing drives me crazy. The food that was talked about a little bit today, the food prices. Oil per barrel was $76 average WTI back in January of this year, January 2025. It's now $60 average for October.
Yes.
That's a 20%. Prices are coming down. But here's the thing about Trump. Trump doesn't control the floods like Obama, like that con man. But it's like a hurricane in Florida. Okay, when you have a hurricane in Florida, 6 months later, 12 months later, a year, 2, 3, there's still stuff that's damaged. And we had a hurricane in our country, everywhere, in every frigging state and in the world, basically courtesy of the dirty diaper pen.
Well, no, a thing about retail. Okay, gasoline prices fluctuate. That's a commodity. Food is not a commodity. I know some people may say it. These grocery stores, retailers rarely lower their prices. What, they're going to lower their prices because they're nice guys? Why should they? I remember a number of years ago, this has changed, but all the gun ranges in South Florida, this used to really piss me off. They would only let you fire ammo that you bought from their range. And all the ranges went along with this. So if you wanted to go shoot, you couldn't bring your ammo from home. You had to buy the ammo at the store. It was a collusion. Well, grocery stores are doing the same thing. They're not, if they unify and don't, the prices have come down on some things, but if they unify and don't have a dramatic drop in prices when they could now because things are cheaper, if they unify and don't do it fast, they'll get away with it.
You just quoted it, but by the way, Brian, there are certain things in our food supply that are commodities. But
I understand that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But what you just, the example you just gave is a perfect example of Obamacare, which is it's Obama not care. It's basically what he did was he seized, in a way, in a very creative way, he seized the means of production.
Yes.
The insurance business, he seized it. And it's sort of like, it's a mafia monopoly.
Yes.
For the insurance companies, no competition, and that's what these friggin' moron Democrat politicians were trying to save. They're trying to.
An insurance executive tried to buy Steve and I off during Obamacare. I've never told this story before. They came to us. I've alluded to it. And they offered to pay big money if we would not call it Obamacare, but call it the Affordable Care Act. That's all we had to do. They came to us in person. An executive came to us in person and offered, and by the way, it wouldn't just be us. We couldn't allow callers to say Obamacare. It had to be Affordable Care Act.
That's what they do. People don't realize this. People look at like when you think about all the money in the national health expenditure, okay, but you think about the money in medicine. Most people think like you think about like the drug cartels down in the drug cartels. Everybody thinks that they make, they're the billionaire. They're making billions, they're making millions of dollars, and that's true. But they kind of pass that over to Big Pharma here in the United States.
Yeah.
But,
well, well, let me finish this thing because I would give a little more detail. And what the guy told us, he said they had polling data, and their data said when people hear Obamacare, now keep in mind this is before it passed. He said he said that when they hear Obamacare, they don't like it, but if you call it the Affordable Care Act, they like it. The same people. Can you believe that? They had a poll, and I remember what Steve said. He said, first of all, even if we wanted to take it, once we took it, they own us, right? Right? Even if we said, so what? We can't say Obamacare. Let's take the money. He says, then what are they going to come to us for in 6 months or next year? He says that they got us.
That's what they do. There's a lot of smoke going on, and nobody can see the damn mirrors because the smoke is too thick. But here's the thing: like and I would ask this of everybody listening, between doctors, hospitals, and Big Pharma. Be honest with yourself. I'll just tell you the details, but who do you think is raking in the big dough? Most people think it's Big Pharma. Big Pharma last year in 24, they did about 700 or so billion, it's $700 billion worth of business. Hospitals did about 1.6 or so trillion.
Mm-hmm.
It's one big, and then the doctors. The medicine. What would be the best thing for medicine in our country would be the government just got completely out of it.
That's correct. Listen, I agree with everything you said. I'm late for the break, but appreciate the call. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey,
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the...
Is Joe here?
Not yet.
Okay.
Approaching Southern Boulevard, a broken down vehicle just reported causing a backup. There are northbound delays on the
I think that's him just pulling up. If he doesn't get up here for a few minutes, maybe I'll take him in the last segment.
Sure.
I'll see. I just saw him pull up. He was flying like a bat out of hell.
High hands hit every 15 minutes, every day from 9 a.m. to midnight. And don't miss the $100,000 Progressive Weekends. Take your shot in thrilling daily tournaments and enjoy Vegas-style table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum. Plus, bet the best at PBKC with thrilling OTB action from top tracks. It's all fun, all action at PBKC. Get all the details at pbkennelclub.com.
Margaritaville at Sea's biggest Black Friday sale is bigger and better at sea. Score 60% off cruises. Bring the crew for free on select sailings. And plan your escape with up to 50% off our all-new drinks and Wi-Fi bundle. Experience our award-winning cruises while visiting worthy destinations, including Key West, the Bahamas, St. Thomas, and more. Book now at margaritavillatSea.com.
Oh, you made it.
come back out now as is.
Yeah, you made it. I took the break a couple minutes late to buy you some time, and I told Mike I just saw you pulling like a bat out of hell in the parking lot.
I was trying to, I had to put all the stuff in the car. I was like,
Did you have anything in particular you wanted to touch on?
well, I was just going to say, you know, the market's a little challenging right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you want to talk
The stock market?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, nobody's lost one penny in the
Okay, there was one. Yeah, I'll bring that up. And there was one thing else I was going to bring. I was going to run it by, but I'll just do it on the air. Catch you go. Okay, all right. If you're on hold, stand by. We have a full board of calls. Jupiter Joe Thomas is in studio. How you doing, Joe?
Great.
Yeah, so I just asked you if there was anything in particular you wanted me to bring up today about a news. You gave me a good one, and then I had one. I was going to run it by you off the air, but we were coming back. So I would tell you, you know, it's getting to be the end of the year. Are there, when it comes to annuities, are there tax benefits to annuities?
Yeah, a lot.
Really? Like what?
So you hit the nail on the head. Probably, I don't know if you knew it or not, but right now is the time to make a contribution for 2025 IRAs, and you can do that through an annuity.
Yeah, really?
You can make a Roth contribution, you can make an IRA contribution, you can make a SEP, Simplified Employee Pension for self-employed people.
But wait, that's like a Roth. What's that got to do with annuities?
So an annuity can be IRA, 401k, it can be anything.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So any of those funds can go into an IRA. The annuity is the vehicle. So you can put your IRA in there, a Roth IRA. We can do it before the end of the year, and you can also make a contribution in 26 as well.
Is there a limit on the contribution?
There is. If you're over 50, it's going to be $8,000 this year and $8,500 next year.
I'll take that.
Yeah, and it reduces your taxes. You know, so it's a great way to go. A lot of clients will start with that, and they see how well it does, and then they do more of it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And does it work just like the annuity you're talking about? Does it work just like a Roth? Like you're not being hit by the taxes till you take the money out?
No taxes, zero tax. You hold it for 5 years. You're over 59 and a half. There's zero taxes. And we can actually convert an IRA or a 401k into a Roth annuity, and you'll never pay taxes again.
Really?
And have lifetime income forever.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you can roll the whole thing into an annuity, or is there a limit on that?
No, unlimited.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the benefit is if you have a Roth and you turn it into an income annuity, the income is tax-free for life, Brian, for you and your spouse. I mean, the things that these annuities do, people just don't know, right? This is what I do for a living. This is my expertise, you know?
Well, you know what it is when, see, I don't know anything about financial planning. You go to experts, right? And they know what to do. You can't do, people think because they can Google something, they know what they're doing. And I mean, exactly. Well, you just talked about, yeah, I know, my wife's doctor, he says people, they go to Google, they think they got the MD degree now, right?
My wife had that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't Google anything.
Exactly. No, there's so many things. But what you just shared, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. That saves people literally a boatload of money.
Yeah, when we come in, it's just not about, hey, you look like you need an annuity. There's a lot of, predetermination on what you are suitable to do. So that's what we do with a client. We're going to sit down and check you out, just like you would with a client.
Well, listen, everybody's different, so that may not be what somebody needs, right?
Exactly.
But I'll tell you this: if I can save money on taxes, that's what I need.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, another thing though, you had mentioned to me, because I'm not into the stock market. I like things like annuities that are safe. But you were telling me the stock market's got some problems now, but your clients don't.
It's challenging right now, right? The market's up and down. Well, some people lose their mind when the market's going down. We know it's going to come back up. It's just a time thing.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that anybody who has an account with us, an annuity with us, they haven't lost a penny.
Yeah.
Not one penny, because it's not at risk. You can put your money in the market with us in an index annuity and not have to worry about it, okay? Now, the market's going to be challenging. It always is.
Yeah.
I have a very good friend that's worth about $20-30 million. I play golf with the guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he says to me, he says, how's business? I said, it's good. I said, the people are worried about the market a little bit, and it's, he said, blah, blah, blah. He says to me, you know what, Joe? People are always worried about the market.
That's right.
It goes up and it goes down.
That's correct.
And with President Trump, things are going to get better every day
Mm-hmm.
in America. It's a matter of time. This is only, 9 months?
Well, yeah, but the thing I like about it, I used to be very heavily involved in the stock market, and the ups and downs were just too stressful for me.
Listen, I have
You know what I
money
mean?
in that and some of my money in annuities, and it's scary.
Yeah, but I have not heard one thing about an annuity that is in the least bit risky or any reason not to do it, because every time I talk to you, I find 5 or 6 more reasons why. I don't understand why now I understand you got to diversify, but I don't know why everybody is not in an annuity.
Well, that's the thing. You got to put a percentage of your assets in the market.
Yes.
And out of the market. I see
Yeah.
things that can lose money and things that cannot lose money.
That's right.
Annuities cannot lose money.
I'll tell you one last thing I wanted to mention about annuities with you, 'cause this is a big, big problem, and I see friends of mine that run into this. A lot of guys I know that are business people, they're not paying enough in payroll taxes. They get to retire when they're getting like nothing in Social Security.
Yeah, not a good thing.
And there are some people that get thousands a month in Social Security, and an annuity is a great way for people that have not paid enough in payroll taxes to make up for that loss.
It's your own pension. You have to know these things, Brian. Especially if you look. I'm a business owner. I've gone through it. You can make a lot of money and not have a penny saved.
That's correct.
There. I've been there. Let me show you what I know how to do. And that's, you can put money away, get a tax deduction on it, and have a pension plan for yourself so you're not broke and have Social Security.
Yeah. I don't know what type of, I don't know what name you give to annuities, but to me, I've talked to you about this a few times. To me, an annuity is like having a rental property without the hassle of the tenants.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go. Guaranteed income, mailbox.
Exactly. Well, listen, give Joe Thomas a call. The consultation is free. 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. And if you miss his number, just get it off his website, jupiterjoe.com. All right, Joe, don't walk away with my mic.
Okay.
I always tell this to people. And
I like this.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We had a guy, you guys, this was, when Steve and I used to do our cable access TV show, the guest had clip-on mics that had wires on them. And there was this one guy, we had this gay activist in studio, and he got so mad at Steve, he stormed out of the studio. He jumped out of the chair, but the mic he had clipped to his shirt had a wire on it, and he got caught back and fell back in his seat. Oh my goodness. I've got that recording somewhere. That was one of the best episodes we ever did. It was hilarious. All right, every line on the board is lit. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Mark. I'm calling from New York. And I had a question, I'm wondering if this is maybe a different perspective. I'd like your thoughts on it. Maybe we should also be looking forward to getting the Epstein files out, get them out of the way, deal with it. Something like 3 more years.
Here are my thoughts. How old are you? 62. You're married, you got kids, you got grandkids?
No grandkids.
Do you have kids? You're married to a woman?
Yes.
To a woman. Why is a 62-year-old married man obsessed over a pedophile that's been dead for 6 years?
Oh, I'm not obsessed. It seems like big news.
Tell me the big news. What's the big news?
Well, I think, Trump did promise to release the Epstein files.
Well, I'm glad, you're just not up to date in the news. Are you one of those New York City people that's got Mom Donnie coming in?
No, I'm not New York City.
Okay, because you sound like almost as brain dead as those idiots, okay? The other day, 2 days, excuse me, I know, you voted. No, excuse me, okay? You call in and you connect Trump's name to a pedophile. I'm gonna challenge you on it a little bit. 2 days ago, you're obviously not up to date with the news, even though you think you are, right? You say, why don't they release the Epstein files? The Republicans in Congress took a vote to release the Epstein files 2 days ago. It got voted down. You know why it got voted down? Hello? Oh. Do you know why it got voted down? 2 days ago, the Republicans, Congressional Committee, trying to release the Epstein files, it got voted down. Do you know why it got voted down?
Probably because Trump threatened the Republicans.
No. The Democrats voted to stop it on the committee, and this is not the first time they've done it. The Democrats stopped the Epstein files from getting released from the committee. Why would they do that? It's got all, it's got all this Trump stuff in there. Why would they do that? Because there's nothing there, and they want to have it in their back pocket to bring it up, like fake MAGA here. Oh, I voted for Trump, but those Epstein files, that's what I'm concerned about. You got a communist, Muslim communist, about to become mayor of the biggest city in your state, and you're worried about a dead pedophile that's been dead for 6 years? Get off this I voted for Trump in your MAGA crap. Nobody buys that. Yeah, of the two. So you think Trump's evil? You think Trump's evil? Give me a break. Epstein, other than the Epstein files, okay, tell me why you voted for Trump.
I thought he was going to be the better businessman for the economy.
Well, then you voted for the right guy. The economy's booming. We're about to get $2,000 each in dividends from the tariffs.
Well, we were supposed to get $5,000.
No, Elon Musk is not the president. Elon Musk said that, not Donald Trump.
So if we get the $2,000, I'm more concerned is that going to be considered for health care?
This guy, you still want to stick with that? You're voted for Trump. Come on, you're talking about health care. You're talking about Epstein. Oh my goodness. Do you lie to your wife as easily as you lie to me and this audience?
Nobody's lying. Nobody.
Okay. Listen. You're typical. A 62-year-old guy married to a woman sitting around concerned about a pedophile that's been dead for 6 years. You think you're a typical guy? I don't ever think about pedophiles. That's just me. But you do. Well, yeah. But I don't think about pedophiles. See what I mean? This guy voted for Trump. Are you really married? Are you really married to a woman? What's your wife's name?
Oh my God, you're out of control.
Yeah. See? All right. Appreciate the call. Gee whiz. He's married, all right. Okay. Do we have spots now, Mike? Okay, let's do them after, okay? All right, let's go to William Youngerman with the Gold Report. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, this is the final gold report of the week. How are the metals looking today?
Metals looking weak. They fell off after
up near our all-time highs, getting up to about 42.50 and then coming back down. Yesterday we saw gold drop back to 4170.30. That was $4,170.30, closing down $24.10. Silver lost 98 cents, closing at $52.21 the ounce. Platinum was down $28 at $1,581, and palladium was down $42 at $1,410. After hitting, like I said, highs this week of around $4,250, stocks, Bitcoin, gold, everything sold down, and right now gold down another $111.30 at $4,059 after trading in a range overnight at $4,046 all the way up to $4,212. So currently at $4,059, down $111.30. Great buying opportunity today. Silver down $1.46 at $50.75. Platinum down $51 at $1,530. And palladium down $40 at $1,370. So nice pullback for sitting waiting for a little buying opportunity.
Absolutely. It sounds to me like gold's on a little bit of a sale today. It's hard for me to compute gold is down but over $4,000. It's hard for me to compute both of those things because that sounds like up to me. Listen, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. Stop in. His address is 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. Or give him a call. And remember, you can do your transactions over the phone and through the mail no matter where you are located in the world. 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. And online, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk on Monday. All right, we'll be right back.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Oh my goodness. Did Joe leave?
Yeah. Well, he's put out since.
Oh, he didn't? I'll text him and ask a question.
World-class restaurants and top-quality beverages that redefine indulgence. Relax in the retreat, your own private resort within a resort, or unwind on the Retreat Sun Deck with panoramic ocean views. You can pamper yourself in Aqua Class, where 5-star spa experiences will melt your stress away. From the lively martini bar to the breathtaking sunset bar, every space on board Celebrity Beyond is designed to inspire and delight, all backed by Celebrity's unmatched service. Call Cruise and Travel Depot today at 561-244-5779. That's 561-244-5779 to book all your celebrity vacations. Because when it comes to luxury at sea, on board Celebrity Beyond, nothing comes close.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve King.
All right. You know, this is that time of year. It starts with Thanksgiving, right? Then you may have your Hanukkah parties. You got your Christmas parties coming up. You got Christmas. You got you got New Year's. This is the time of year you see people you see once a year, maybe every 5, 10, or even 20 years. You want to look great, don't you? Oh man, I'm really looking forward to all the holiday events this year. I am so much thinner than I was last holiday season. People are going to be in shock. Call Coastal Weight Loss Secret. Remember, I lost 25 pounds in the first 3 weeks. Okay? So you've got time. Here's the number. Call and schedule your no-charge consultation. Remember, I did all this without exercise, without starving myself, eating foods I would normally eat, and no shots or injections. 561-247-6300. That's the number. 561-247-6300. Remember, Coastal Weight Loss Secret can help you no matter where you're located in the United States. And we've had listeners nationwide call them. 561-247-6300 and online, coastalweightlossecret.com. You know, that last guy, see, do you know why? It is not new that liberal callers say that they're Republican. They've always done this with every Republican, even long before Trump. You know why that is? It's not just that they're low-life, dishonest liars. That's part of it. But they know that as liberals and as Democrats, they have no credibility, that they can only have some semblance of credibility if they pretend to be what we are, MAGA, Republican, conservative. But they can't keep it going too long because, one, they're complete liars, and two, I mean, he couldn't even tell me the name of his wife. Give me a break. They don't know what it really is to be a conservative. They know a stereotype. But did you hear what he said? Do you hear everything he said? That was one of the most pathetic seminar callers I've ever gotten. Back to the phones. There's one opening. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
MC.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah, I'm wondering about chemtrails callers because your beloved colleague Tucker Carlson is talking about it. The only people are afraid of chemtrails because they think the area is being sprayed by some.
Well, okay, let me tell. Okay, a couple things here. Tucker Carlson told Megyn Kelly a few days ago that he was attacked by a demon that left bite marks and claw marks on his body. Did you hear that? I'm serious. I played it on my podcast the other day. Yeah, we're running short on time, so I'm not going to, and I got only one open on board, so I'm not going to pull it up and play it now. But if you guys follow me online, I'll play it on one of my podcasts or something this weekend. And he was as serious as a heart attack. that he was attacked by a demon. He told Megyn Kelly the whole thing. I felt bad for Megyn Kelly because she didn't want to tell him he was full of it. And, you know, the thing about the chemtrails, you're in Kansas City, but I've lived in Florida almost my entire life. And when I was a kid, we used to have mosquitoes that would just eat you alive. The reason we don't have mosquitoes anymore is because they used to drive through the streets for years with pickup trucks blowing the insecticide in the air down everybody's street, and mosquitoes are no longer a problem in Florida. What's that?
West Nile virus. Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever heard of any kind of environmental spray down or...
No, they used to, when I was a kid in the 70s and in the early 80s, okay, in the 70s and the early 80s in Florida, they used to drive down everybody's street spraying insecticide. All up and down, driving all around, all the time, every week, for years. And when I first moved to Florida and I was a little kid, what are they doing? And we don't have the mosquito problem that we used to have in Florida.
Yeah, I think we used to spray DDT.
Maybe.
And that scared a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, it's environmental paranoia with that stuff that's in the water for the
fluoride.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ever seen Dr. Strangelove?
In England, they do not have fluoride in the water, and that's why they have rotten teeth over there. You know, is what I've always been told. There's no fluoride in the water in England, and never has been, and they got rotten teeth over there like crazy.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm not arguing for or against fluoride in the water. It's not my area of expertise. But, you know, I don't have really an opinion. I know I've been drinking it my whole life. I mean, you know, it hasn't done anything bad to me.
Environmental paranoid conspiracies, and this was just another one. And
there's one big conspiracy that I do grab onto that I don't share. I might one day, but if I did, you guys would laugh at me. There's one thing, it's not Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, but there's one big conspiracy. I almost mentioned it earlier, and I said, yeah, I better not. You guys will laugh at me. Maybe one day I will.
Yeah, well, we wait for that day.
Yes. All right. Appreciate the call. Yeah, where you can laugh at me? Oh, okay. Appreciate it. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Louise, the Masquerade.
Yes.
Yes, regarding the insurance, health insurance, people your age and when I was not a senior, you could choose from many different insurance companies. Why can't we bring that back?
I don't know, Louise. I appreciate the call. I want to talk about the incredible offer from Sloman's. This is a great Christmas gift, by the way. This is a great Christmas gift to get for yourself at home, for your spouse. It's a great gift to give for your mom and dad if you don't live at home, right? Great gift for your adult kids. Listen to this. The Sloman's home security offer is this. They're offering a free home security system with free professional installation and 24/7 central station monitoring for just $24.95 a month for 5 years. What a great Christmas gift that would be. All you have to do is call 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050. It's a free home security system and professional installation. Your Sloman's home security system includes a touchscreen keypad, 3 door or window sensors, a motion detector, notifications, and remote keypad access so you can check in anytime from anywhere. Give them a call, 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, Mike, what's up?
Couple things. My opinion, the reason why Democrats don't want to release the files, there's 2 reasons. Maybe some of their names will be on it, or maybe they're getting paid off by some of the high-profile people.
No. I don't think there's anything in them. I think it's like the MLK files that were recently released, nothing in them. The JFK files, nothing in them. I think it's the same thing. I think there's nothing there.
And like you say, who really cares anymore, you know?
Well, that fake MAGA guy in New York.
Yeah, well, he's got more problems going to be happening up there than...
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, have it.
All right. All right. This is the lightning round, guys, okay? Because we have just 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. Okay. So, hi. Happy Friday, by the way.
Thank you.
We're trying to get out of there, so I'll make it quick. Not your favorite topic, I can tell. I'll just mention...
Chemtrails?
And I do... Yeah. So, no, that's not why I'm calling. I actually want to speak on the Fetterman. But there are companies... I don't know about the whole spraying stuff to do things to people's bodies, but there are literally companies out there that say that they are weather modification.
That's cloud seeding. That's cloud seeding. Correct. Yes. Yes. That's different than the chemtrails.
I came in late, so I listened to you in the background while I'm prepping for the day, so I may have misheard it.
You mean you don't sit by the speaker and listen to every word like a FDR fireside chat? Shame on you.
You because I'm brave.
Oh my goodness. You mute me? You have me on and mute me? I hope you have the closed caption on if you're watching the video.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness.
I want to say this about Fetterman. You know, when you first brought that up, I was like, wait, where is he going? But I think, and the reason why I thought that is because he gets such vitriol from the left. You know, they hate that guy. I think they were trying to push him out. They are trying to push him out of the party.
Yeah.
But when I saw the thing about him falling, you know, and hitting his head, it just made me think. I mean, just think of what we had with Biden. I remember it was Alex Jones. Yeah, I used to listen to him a lot.
Right, well, we only have like 10 seconds, so.
Okay, he said that they would put a brain in a jar if they could.
Yes.
That's what we had with Biden.
That's correct.
We could have that again, possibly. I need to say this. I hope he doesn't hear this. I wish all the best for him, but we could have that again with Fetterman.
That's true. That's true. Well, listen, we're out of time. I appreciate the call. All right, the rest of you on hold, hang in there. I'll be back Monday morning. And if you're on hold, you'll be first in line on Monday's show at 6 a.m. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. I'm Brian Craig. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Great calls today. And, Doug, thanks a lot for bringing up the chemtrails. I really appreciate it. Oh, man. See you tomorrow. Or, no, see you Monday, 6 a.m. All right, guys, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, all right? Take care.